What is up? Welcome back for another episode of The Tailgate Show.
It's so good to be back.
Hey, Jer coming to us live from a living background, basically. Jer's got a new pad. Congrats to Jer.
Thank you.
Yeah, he put up he's building his man cave, getting his stripes right.
Yeah, we did it. That was a pain in the ass, actually. I had my friend Mike come over. We measured it all off and had to tape it all off. It was luckily he's got a straighter hand than I do. My hand's
Right.
like freaking out.
I would just like to announce that I am now the president of this network. And so I'm sorry.
Oh, congratulations, Brian. That's so great. I'm so glad to see you've really made it.
We're networking now again.
Oh man, I mean, it's just Mama, I made it. I put a new Twitter handle up, I've announced that I'm the president of some bullshit. I made it, Mama.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Granted, we need to talk to Spreaker and get rid of that network under our Apple Pod there. But man,
Right.
it's cool, man. It's podcasting. Like, this is for fun. This is a hobby. Like, just do your thing. You don't need to make it dramatic. We left the network and we just left. We left two networks.
Right. Yeah. Well, we left two. We left two things.
Well,
I don't know. I call them fucking networks. Like, we left one fucking weird cult and left the pyramid scheme after that. Like, that's what we did.
What a good time.
we could do a whole episode.
I mean, but at least that's I'm going to say, at least that's actually a network. Like, say what you want about the previous stop. They actually did, put together a network.
Yeah.
They let every fucking monkey that wanted to have a podcast, whether they were good or not. And,
it's definitely a good point of discussion, isn't it?
Clown shoes. So anyway, but at least it was a fucking, at least it was actually a fucking network, right? So anyway, we digress. Yeah, we'll get back
digress
to that.
Indeed, yeah.
And regress, and
pro day is like crazy.
Yeah, pro days coming out. Like, apparently 4-3 is now commonplace. Although all the current and former players are like, nobody runs 4-3. It's like, or the NFL was just conspiring to make sure you guys didn't. I mean, right? Like, I mean, the pro days are trumped up and whatever, but
sure, but they these guys are training different. There's so much nutrition involved. Like, they're coming out smarter, more disciplined. Like, potentially, man, especially during a COVID year when all they had to do was football. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's true. Those 4-3s could be. I mean, everybody's doubting. It's like, well, I mean, I think we all remember a time when 300-pound dudes couldn't run a 4.6. Or
these kids are training out of their mind, though. What else is there to do? Like, it's not like they can go to college parties and the shit's pretty much shut down. Like, it's football. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's all that matters, because that's all they have to get their energy out right
now. So I mean, it's different. Obviously, it's different this year without the combine. The combine is what it is, and so all these schools are throwing, showing out with pro days and whatever, and some of them have multiple pro days. The same school, like I think Mac Jones had 2, and he looked like hot garbage in his.
Did not look good, man.
Like, awful. But thank God they were jockeying him. I don't know why he's become the darling. Like,
dude, Mitch was a darling. Freaking you remember Rosen?
Yeah, the commentating though with the Mac Jones thing, like, just drooling over the fact how he gets in and out of a huddle and this, that, and the other, and all this crap, and then dude is like, it's scripted. It's scripted throws.
Well, so he's not in great shape. He's
missing
he's got that Tom Brady build.
Yeah,
he's got the Tom Brady way about him.
Complex.
Well, no, I get what they're saying, but like Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick that got drafted by an organization that was in pretty good shape with Bledsoe. That was not too far removed from being in a Super Bowl. Like, that team was pretty set up. So he came in and he was able to develop and like do it. They were able to do that safely. Like if Mac Jones goes to a team that's going to draft him, San Francisco's a different story. They're built to take on a quarterback like him because they have a really good offensive line. But if he goes to a team with not a great O line, like he may not be able to have that opportunity that Brady did. You know what I mean? Where it's a little safer and there's really good coaches around him. Like he's going to need to be protected. I think he can succeed, but he needs like in Bama where he has a lot around him initially to get going and develop in the NFL. Just my take on that. But
I mean, when you play at Bama, you get a built-in offensive line. You know what I'm saying? You already got it.
and I'm not saying he's like every quarterback Bama's ever had, but he's gonna need protection. He's not athletic at all.
Right. I agree.
I mean, it's okay. He's not going to be able to escape shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Would
he's
you
a
compare
guy.
him to Matt Ryan?
Matty was a little.
I think Matt Ryan was a much more just dynamic player. Like,
Yeah,
even though he's a pocket passer, like that comparison is getting made, and it's kind of lazy. It's just like
Boston College, you really need a ball out to be noticed like that. Like,
right, like yeah, exactly. And when Matt Ryan came out, it wasn't like these small schools, and Boston College is not a small school per se, but it's not a big football school. You know, they weren't necessarily getting the same type of attention that these schools and these programs get. Like, you know, back when Matt Ryan came out, there was no like, oh, North Dakota State, and like, I mean, you know, dudes that are playing, that are starters are coming out of small schools now frequently. You know, and so for like you said, for Matt Ryan to get that kind of attention at Boston College, I don't know. I don't think the comp is very good. Like I'm not some Matt Ryan expert, but I think back on his college tape and he was dynamic, and I think Mac Jones is good. I think he can play the position.
I think he's being overhyped a little.
Absolutely, and I think the pro day was worrisome. I mean, you know, the one side of me has said, "Oh, why is he getting downgraded for playing, you know, with good players?" Because he's also played against high competition, you know. And then also you could say, "Well, he's also, you know, succeeded in the high pressure environment of Alabama, where you know that blue chip recruits are right behind you trying to take your job." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but imagine Justin Fields at Bama.
oh yeah, insane. I mean, I'm just saying, like those are the things, you know, that people are saying. And I look at his throws, and I think his throws, you know, from games that you've seen are NFL type of throws. You know, is he throwing to wide open people a lot? Sure, but he's hitting them. He's hitting
smart.
them.
He's a smart quarterback.
Yeah, he's hitting them. They are making huge plays after it because of his ball placement. You know, like ball placement. Pause is
Big pause.
Is so important. I mean, people talk about it, but like just 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches, one way or the other, makes a huge difference on what a guy can do after the catch. Like, I'm just saying. What's up, everybody in the chat?
Yeah, and Kyle, like Kyle said, there's Zach Wilson, man. Like, he seems dangerous as fuck to me to draft. Like, I know he's got an arm, and I know he's got athleticism, but I also know, like, out of the top 4 guys, like, he also played the weakest defensive schedule. And to me, he's like a one-read guy. Like, he has a lot to learn. I think he'll be a starter in the league, but I think it's going to take him some time, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, yes, he has a rocket for an arm and he's athletic, but BYU, I don't know. I don't know what I think it's like Lawrence Fields and everybody else. To be honest, that's just my opinion. I'm no like professional, but just from what I'm seeing, I think it's Lawrence Fields and the rest of them because you got 5 quarterbacks being drafted in this first round. What's the chances of every one of them panning out? Like,
I agree. I tend to agree. I think everybody's been overhyped on the other quarterbacks. I mean, the other guys have a lot of question marks. I mean, you got a guy that's not played many games, and 2 of them, you know. Kellen, you know, Mond has been the darling this week. And it just kind of moves up and down. It just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, I'm not so. I'm not. I know. I know. Like a lot of people like Mund. He's got a lot to pick up before he's starting in the league, man. Like you need to bring. He needs to be behind a top quarterback, I think, just to absorb that and be able to be in that safe kind of predicament where they're not going to throw him in too early. I just feel like he has a lot to learn.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean he's also played a lot more. Like the things I like about Mond is that he's got a lot of games under his belt. I mean, especially compared to some of these other guys. And you're talking about Trey Lance has barely even played. I mean, and Trey Lance like stats. I mean, there's times where they didn't even ask him to throw the ball. There's like times where he threw the ball like 9 times. And it's just those games are like that he was in are like kind of a lot of them are like glorified high school games. Like they're just
Yeah, the competition
weird.
level. Yeah,
Like and it's like, yeah, his talent jumps off off the film, but at the same time, like Mond looks pretty damn dynamic sometimes too. He kind of looks like a hybrid.
I
He
think.
has a little herky jerkiness to him, like and
I think.
whatever, but he looks pretty good.
I think Trey, if you put him on like if New England's able to get him and sit him behind Cam and let the Patriots develop him, that'd be perfect for him. Or like get with a guy like that because I think Trey he's got a ton of skill, and I think if he has the opportunity to be developed by the right people, man, yeah, I think he could ball out.
Yeah, well, let him do it.
Waiting for you to go, bro.
And he is rolling.
Nah, not a big
I
deal. We'll
don't
just
know,
keep
man. It's all a
just
bunch of
keep.
shit.
Well, another guy another guy that's being brought up because now we're looking at second tier guys if we're not able to trade up, which I honestly think that like if if Fields for some weird reason is there at 4, I think Atlanta's gonna be willing to move that pick, man, because they ended up extending Ryan, and he's got a $40 million cap hit next year. That's not a move you make if you're bringing in a rookie quarterback because you want them to play under that contract. So, but guess I'm the only one here now. So yeah, Ryan. Having that extension, I don't know, man. I think that might be a pick that's available. I guess I'm going solo. What up, y'all? Got to figure out what's going on with the crew here. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Well, here I am. How's it going? We'll see where AA went. Interesting. Interesting. So, what do you guys think about the draft shit? I'm kind of doing a mock draft right now. Yeah, we don't need any help, Wyatt. It's a mess right now. We're gonna decide. It's possible. It's very possible we draft a QB in all 7 rounds. I mean, that's the big deal right now. Everybody wants wants that quarterback, and they're all getting hyped up. I just don't see I don't see a clear cut one other than the two that are going to go 1 and 2. I mean, Mond is what he is. I think. I don't know how. All right.
Alrighty then. I don't know what the heck happened, but yeah, man. I was
Me
just talking
neither.
about that Matt Ryan move. Basically, I think that Atlanta pick's going to be available, man. Like, I think that I don't know if we have the equity to get up that high, but I think somebody's going
I
to
don't
trade him with
either.
Atlanta.
I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. I was kind of doing a mock while we were sitting here and talking. It was just like, man, those quarterbacks go fast. It's crazy, and I can't believe that the Jets are done with their quarterback yet. You know what I mean? I mean, he's still a young cat, 23, 24.
I mean, unpopular
Lots of
opinion.
long.
Unpopular opinion here. Now we're talking tier 2 quarterbacks in potentially the second round. Like, what if you could get Darnold for a 4th round pick? If you really feel like you can turn him around, if Gase hasn't ruined him, would you rather
Right.
have a 23-year-old Darnold or Davis Mills? You know what I mean? Like, or Kellen
I
or
don't know,
Munn.
man.
Like, I don't know either. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's anything if he's broken, but you get a guy like that with a couple years experience that's only 23 years old. I don't. I'm not crazy about the idea, but like when I'm comparing him to Mills, like Mills is a long way to go. Like there was a lot of things that
You
like
have
Mitch.
definitely studied more on the quarterbacks than I have. I'll give
Well,
you that.
bro, Mills like he misses like easy bubble screens and shit. I'm like it
Boom.
feels like Mitch, man. Like
There's a lot of that's a. If you're a 4 year starter in college, boy, it's tough. It's a tough sell for me.
oh yeah, people mention Ian Book, and I'm a Notre Dame fan. No,
Right.
that dude will be maybe like a journeyman backup, probably QB3 to start off, but like, and this is from a Notre Dame homer. No, I'm
Very much so.
sorry. Oh yeah, but no, nope.
Just not many starts. It's crazy. I
I
mean,
mean,
I
it's
just
tough too because you look at a guy like Russell Wilson and like him coming out, the scouting reports were shit.
right.
He's only 5'11". We don't know if he'll be able to be a pocket
It's a
passer. Like,
crapshoot, man.
oh,
They don't
definitely.
know. Nobody knows. That's why I'm like, you take your best shot, and for me, my best shot's going to be offensive line.
Right, but
Because
like
if you
what I'm
can, you
saying,
can turn
Jared, is
around and get value for your pick right there.
so
If you're stuck at 20,
we're talking 5 quarterbacks being drafted in the first round. Like, how many will pan out? Like we said earlier, 2 maybe in a couple years down the
well,
road. Right, but
as a
not. But
the
now we're
only
talking
well,
we're talking tier 2. We're talking like 6th, 7th, 8th, ninth quarterback taken right now because we realize it's not a reality, right? But like, would you rather have a guy like Darnold?
I would rather have.
Given the option, yes, I'd rather have
Yeah,
Wilson or Watson, right? But
right,
I don't know,
exactly.
man.
I don't either. I'm thinking about this, and it reminds me of the '83 draft. A lot of high talented quarterbacks taken in that draft, but really, what all exactly panned out was Kelly and Marino, right? And there was a bunch of other guys, but of note, those are the two most of note that I can remember off the top of my head.
I mean, and
Just
the
this is
excuses are
completely off my head.
but the excuses are trying to make for Fields, man. It's like it
Oh, I
feels
know
very
it.
it feels very Watson esque, where they were like, oh, his. I mean, they were going so far as to say the ball velocity back then, trying to shit on Deshaun. Fields, man, like he's just to me, he's a beast. Like it's not like the
Oh
Ohio State
wow,
quarterback stigma. I get it, but like this kid's able to get to his 4th read, and like he's a quarterback that's athletic. He's not an athlete that's a quarterback. You know what I
he's
mean?
got a
He's
hell of a line there too. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a line.
sure, man, but like Fields is just straight baller. Like there's just something. He's got swag, man. Like he what did he say
He
after
can
his
flip
pro
it,
day?
man.
After his pro day, he was just like, yeah, I think I'm the best quarterback in this draft. And if you don't draft me, I can't wait to play against the people that get drafted ahead of me. Like he's
Okay,
a
here,
dog, man.
83. There were 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. Elway, Todd Blackledge, Jim Kelly, Tony Eason, Ken O'Brien, and Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Elway, I mean, 3 out of the 6 you could say really hit, obviously, with Kelly, Marino, and Elway. And Ken O'Brien had a pretty good career. So, I mean, if we're doing a have we ever seen anything like this? We have kind of seen it in the before, but man, it's such a crapshoot.
Well, I think some of what's kind of changing this because like 5 QBs in the first round talk, that's a lot of QBs in the first round. But I
Yeah, you
also think
need
I also think the salary cap going down, COVID happening, like there's been more of an emphasis than ever
yeah.
on getting a QB, especially on a rookie deal if you can get them to play. I think some of these guys are being hyped up a little more than they would on a normal year, though, man. Like
Well, I
to
also
me,
think that at some points, we talk about well, they're not at the combine. There's no combine. A lot of these quarterbacks wouldn't be throwing in the combine anyway.
yeah,
So I mean, it's kind of a whoa.
yeah, my phone's going off, but yeah, it's also like the pro days are pro days, but like you said, Jerry,
Yeah.
it's there's a little more emphasis on it. It's not the be all end all. I'm not saying that, but I mean,
Oh, I know.
sometimes also you got like, and I appreciate because a lot of people do what we're doing. We're just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
shit and talking our bears, right? But like, I feel like sometimes when you stick yourself in one hole with it, pause.
Pause.
When all your when you got to be open minded to everything, analytics, tape.
Absolutely.
You gotta be able to kind of dig into a little bit of everything to figure this out. And I think some people just get into one thing, and it's either all analytics or it's all tape. But you can watch a shitload of tape to the point where it's too much, and you
Yeah,
start.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? The narratives start flowing, and you're looking for
But
that
we
narrative
see
in the
it.
tape.
We see it in our quarterbacks. There is such thing as overload of information. There's too much
Yeah.
sometimes, and you can say, well, one thing or another thing. Uh-oh. A new competitor has entered the arena, possibly.
What up,
And
though?
there he is.
Yo,
We're
my
just
stomach,
Saving our ass.
my stomach is fucked up, dude. I ate that Shake Shack, like Korean
bro. When I
chicken
saw that
sandwich,
comment, I'm
bro,
like,
my-
Shake Shack's nasty, bro.
It's not nasty, but that shit, I don't think it's nasty. I don't eat it all the time or anything, but it was available on DoorDash.
Yeah.
Anyways, I ate this.
DoorDash will not be a sponsor.
Huh?
I said DoorDash will not be a sponsor.
Oh yeah. Sorry, DoorDash, you're out of the network. Nah, man, that should fuck my stomach up for real. I'm drinking ginger ale right now.
All right, well,
It hit me. I was just like, oh, what the fuck?
It's the
We're
AA Blue Pod.
kind of talking about like
Yeah, right.
people overanalyzing like one thing, whether it's tape, analytics. They're not like mixing it up. Sometimes you just get spun up. You know,
It's because it's not cool to not have a take or a hot take. Like, so yeah, I did bear down. Our boy Trubiscuits and Gravy said, LOL. Aaron said pause mid show to go drop a Trubisky.
sometimes when you're at the tailgate, you got to find the crapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. You might have to just go right on the side of the bus. You never know. But yeah, man. Like, I just think there's a couple reasons like that this shit happens this way. It's because if you're somebody who's on social media and you're trying to be somebody or try to pretend like you're somebody, saying you're in a network or this, that, and the other, some cornet balls shit like that, you need to come up with a take, right? You can't just be like, well, I've analyzed it and I've looked at it from a number of different perspectives. And
they're calling you a senior citizen on here, by the way.
I'm old as fuck. I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm old. That's right. Yeah, ginger ale, fucker. Like, Says Ginger, what are you, 75 years old? Yeah, fucker. I'm fucking drinking to get my stomach right. Like, what do you think I'm going to do? Like, take a shot of Jaeger now? What the fuck? I'm not fucking 20 years old.
It's 11 o'clock on my time. I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, you drinking like a chamomile tea, bro. You're not. Fuck out of here.
That's a black coffee, bro.
Oh, black coffee. Yo,
what I'm saying is I'm old too. I need coffee up at 11 o'clock at night.
People need a fucking take. That's all they're trying to do is have a take. So the people will take the shortest distance to having a take. And then what you want for your fucking stupid social media take is to have some credibility. And the shortest distance to credibility is saying, I watched the tape. Because that's, become this fucking like, oh, look at you. You got the golden ticket, huh? You got a fucking NFL Game Pass account. Wow, you watched the tape. Do you even know what you fucking watched? Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know what the fuck I'm watching all the time. Like, Brian, you've actually read books on what to watch for and watching tape. I haven't done that. Like, I don't give a fuck. I just watch it and I see, like, whatever. And I'll make a couple judgments, but like it's a completely narrow view of it but people act like it's the end all be all, like idiots like fucking, Dr. Phil and these clowns over on that fucking corn ass ball network. It's like fucking, they act like because they watch tape, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you're smarter than Bill Polian, right? Like you're smarter than fucking Charlie Casserly, right? Like you're smarter than fucking all these guys, right?
Yeah,
you fucking played high school football and you fucking have a subscription to an account. Like,
yeah, but you remember the Quentin Nelson arguments we used to get in with them, and like who else? Like Jordan Howard was elite. That was a big thing. Jordan Howard was elite. Like, come on, man. Like
so that's what you. So it's a shortcut to cred to say you watch tape, right? Like it's like Trump card. I watched the tape. Okay, cool. Like, I've watched a lot of porn. Doesn't mean I'm good at porn or that I can fucking do porn. Like, or even understand how the porn is made. Like, I should be fucking George Hallis at this point with the amount of porn that I've watched. But I'm not out here fucking calling myself an expert. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
like,
that's the funny part. Like, to say you're watching tape on these college kids, where the hell are you getting the all 22 from college?
Yeah. Fuck out of here. They're watching hype videos, bro. They're going on YouTube and they're watching fucking hype videos, bro. Like, that's all they're doing. You ain't shit. And then you watch really smart people like JT Sullivan, who, when he's breaking down these dudes, he is telling you, I don't know what this play is. But clown ass dude on Twitter is telling you he knows what play it is. You don't fucking know what play it is. Like, everybody has different plays. You have an idea of what the play might be. And it's smart people like JT Sullivan say, I'm not really sure what this play is. It could be a couple different things, but X, Y, and Z. Here's what I see. Like, dude's analysis is just razor sharp, but he's not coming at it from like I know better than you because I said I did. He's showing us that he knows better than we do, and he has the humility to say when he doesn't know something. That's what these fucking clown-ass people on Twitter have no humility to say when they don't know something.
You need that in the scouting game, man. You're always trying to get better.
It's most of their lives is finding a guy, thinking he's the shit, and then being wrong or being told they're wrong, and then just going back to the grind. Like, they gotta love that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have my opinions on things, but ultimately, like, I could be wrong. I've been wrong. I've been right.
I won't be long. Alex Leatherwood to the bank. I won't be wrong.
Bro, the first round is such a crapshoot anyway that GMs in the NFL don't have it figured out.
Well, tell me when the top 5 quarterbacks in the league are all top 5 picks. That's not the case.
We were just talking about 1983.
We're talking about this year too. Like, how many are going to pan out? 2?
We were all hot to trot over Dak, who was a 5th round pick. Right. Or 4th, I can't remember. 4th or 5th. We're all fucking creaming our shorts about Russell Wilson, who's a 3rd round pick.
3rd round.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, nobody fucking knows. And, like, they just don't know. They also don't know what happens as soon as dudes become rich. Because that's the other thing that happens. It's like that dude's going to have all the talent in the world, but the moment they have unlimited access to women and drugs, it's all bets are fucking off. You know?
Right.
Like, and now with social media, it's, you know, like, I give a lot of credit to these dudes that hold it together, like with that much temptation. You know what I mean? Like,
Shit,
you know, who the fuck knows what's going on with
unlimited
Sean?
money.
Yeah, like it's a
All the
miracle that more of these dudes don't fall off,
Oh, the athletes we grew up like idolizing. We probably don't want to know.
bro. Michael Jordan would be in some shit on Twitter with people every day, bro. Like he would probably be banned from Twitter. Like, this dude trolled his own teammates. Like, you think he's not going to go after some fucking Twitter people? Like, you think Kevin Durant ain't shit compared to what Michael Jordan would do on Twitter, because he was the pettiest motherfucker that ever lived.
I mean, I know for a fact some stuff on Jim Kelly, bro. Like, you would blow your mind.
Oh.
Yeah, like, dudes that are elite, and drive other elite athletes to become better are savages. Like, they are fucking savages, bro. They will break you down, tell you you're not shit. They don't care if you're Dennis Rodman or fucking Scottie Pippen, and they don't give a fuck. They will tell you, bro, you suck. You need to be better. Get on my level. Like, you know, like, so I just think I give credit to these guys for keeping it on the straight and narrow as much as they do.
Yes, but Sim, man, like, we're all human, right? But like, most humans don't go Ben Roethlisberger on shit either.
Right. Well, that's another thing.
Like,
is that, yeah, and that's the thing, is that, like, it's funny because you do see some of these dudes fall off and fall hard, and they get to come back. I mean, you know, you know, there are lots of examples. I'm not gonna turn this into like a
that Ben shit happened during Twitter though. He would have been done.
The vast now, and this isn't like a football players are bad guys thing. Like,
no.
The vast majority of football players are upstanding ass citizens who go on to, you know, be good members of society, teachers and coaches, and I mean, car dealers, whatever the fuck they are. They go and they live a normal life. Hopefully, they can walk and they don't have terrible concussions and they don't fucking, you know, like, you know, do some shit. Later on, that's bad. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I mean, you're talking about 1,500 players, right? Like, I mean, they're you know.
I'm just reminded of that story where a Bears player actually tried to pick my girl up. Remember, I'm not gonna get into it on air, but yeah, I was about to, like, he was like, I can't get you up to the player level, but I can get her up there. I was about to give her a football, bro. I was about to be like, see you later, honey. Yeah, like.
Right?
We stayed in the same hotel with them, right across from Giant Stadium.
Right, with their DNA.
It's like, do what you got to do.
Well, you never know who just might turn out to be the second or third best running back in Bears history, right?
And knowing what I know now about the girl I was with back then, I should have just sent her up. Like,
next thing he's showing up in furs, like,
wow.
What are you talking about? You're talking about becoming a pimp, basically? Like, what?
No.
You set her up, like you talking about sending her up, like you sending her up to the major leagues, like, we're gonna see if she can hit.
Player level at the hotel, man. Here's
like,
a football. Like,
she's down here dominating. We're about to send her up to the big leagues and see if she can really hit.
I'm not talking money exchange, man. I just wanted my football autograph.
Oh, she's a blue chip. Let's see what she can do in the big leagues.
Yeah, and like he mentioned, so
yeah, we ain't talking about. I'm not talking about Watson. Like, honestly, I don't want to talk about Watson because
it's just a really weird situation. They had the 18 names that came out in defense of him that put names to it where the accusers didn't. I don't know what the hell's going on, so I'm like not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so shady, and mostly it's on that.
If the shit's legit, it's like, whoa, like that's
right.
that's
like that lawyer dude is shady as shady. You know, like he looks fucking shady as hell. He's like a Simpsons character, like fucking like like here we're gonna get some dish on Walton, like some it's like fucking Dukes of Hazzard shit, like he's a fucking character, bro. Like that guy seems shady as hell. But then you read these articles, and and it's like, good God, like dude might be a creep. But then at the same time, I don't know. It's just like.
But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, if he's not, do you think we can get him for like a 5th round pick?
Right, exactly. Exactly. Like I'm like, everything's cool. Come on over. Like we'll. I mean, please, like
we'll give you the rights to Sam Hurd.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like, this is lesson learned is like.
I'm not making light of the situation. I'm just saying if he were found to not have anything going on, yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, and I think the truth is somewhere in between. I think,
it always is.
I don't think, I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a time where we feel like we think he's completely innocent. But I don't think he'll ever be a time where we think, oh, he did something terrible either. Like
I'm laughing at the time.
It's gonna be one of these things that like, they get to a point where they can clear his name enough and the shit will just go away. How it went away, when it went. I mean, he's being fucking held up. Let's be honest. He's got a gun in his back, and he's being held up, and maybe that some of these people have a reason to do this, but probably they don't. I mean, so whatever. Like it's crazy. Like I don't want to comment on it too much because it's like every time something new comes out, you're just like, huh?
It's all hearsay.
Yeah, but tomorrow could be like something devastating, and you're just like, you don't know. And that's the thing
is that like these narratives like really take hold, and this is what people need to fucking remember. Like, the social media algorithms feed you. Like, you tweet about something, you get shown more of that thing. Period. You like something, the algorithm shows you more of that thing. So if you start going down a wormhole on something, Twitter takes you on that wormhole. They grease that fucking wormhole up. Pause. And that's the thing is like so when this shit happens, like I mean, remember the fucking Carson Wentz Eagles shit? Like that was some wag the dog shit, like that was some weird ass like narrative fucking chess that was being played, and like this shit happens with everything. I mean, it's happening right now with Mac Jones, where we are supposed now. We haven't even talked about this. The big news of we were off was these fucking trades. Yeah. I mean, all of a sudden, San Francisco and the supposed genius John Lynch are in the 3rd pick out of the blue, and meanwhile they have doubled down on their confidence and dedication to Jimmy G. Speaking of porn, like
they're putting themselves in a pretty flexible situation there, though, because say this Watson stuff you come to find out he didn't do any of it, right? Like they could trade that pick for Watson, man. They could have positioned themselves to do that. They could take the 3rd quarterback overall. Like they put themselves in pretty good shape. And you have Jimmy G. That at that point, if you feel like you have a guy that could come in and start right away, you can trade him. And they have a shitload of cap space. It's sickening. But can you really see them going up to 3 to draft Mac Jones? If they do that shit, bro. Not after the way Shanahan looked at the pro day.
Bro, because Mac Jones looked like trash at that pro day. Like Kyle Trask's pro day wasn't horrible. It had its issues. It was 10 times better than Mac Jones.
That's why I asked that question on Twitter. After watching both of them, like, what's the difference? Like,
well, in the pro day, nothing. What I don't like about Trask is that he keeps fucking spinning the ball in his hand. What are you doing? Like,
Mac Jones' process is much better.
And every like ball placement, Kyle Trask's ball placement sucks. Pause. Like it's every pass, it's scripted. You know where to go with the ball. The receiver knows where to go with the ball. It's against air. You're in shorts. If you don't get that pass fucking perfect, next, or that pass better be exciting. Like, it better be like, oh shit, look at that throw. It was wide, but zip. Like, I mean, his passes are just like Chad Pennington, like, they're just fucking whatever.
He's got 2 wide receivers that can go in the top 10, arguably, pretty much, right? He's got a running back, and
we're talking about Jones now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jones. Sorry, like
Trask doesn't have fucking. Trask has a guy who actually is going to go in the top 10. He's Calvin Johnson, Kyle Pitts.
They both have
playing
weapons.
Tight end. But I mean, Kadarius Toney is no fucking slouch.
I'm talking about their Bama's defense, like the whole thing, man. Like
Bama's defense wasn't shit this year. They got lit up a lot,
bro. They have multiple professional athletes on their team.
Of course, so does Florida to some degree.
Not like
Pitts. I guarantee you, Pitts is the first pass catcher drafted.
Oh, sure.
He will be drafted before Devontae Smith. He will be drafted before Jalen Waddle. He will be drafted before all them dudes. Like, that dude's a beast. And Trask couldn't even hit him in his pro day. He was missing him.
Right.
Or putting it, and this is what he did in college. He would put the ball in these spots. He's like Nick Foles. He just throws it up. Kyle Pitts makes an amazing play. Kadarius Toney makes an amazing play. Some other dudes on Florida I don't even know about makes an amazing play. Yeah, he had 48 touchdowns. That's crazy. You know.
You watched that first game against Bama, right? Where he
I watched some of it.
He lit that defense up pretty good. Now,
the
second time, yeah. And the second time, whenever Bama got tape on him, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It was a wrap.
He's okay. Like, let's not forget that Chase Daniel shredded it in college, too. Like, Chase Daniel holds all the Mizzou passing records. And I know it's Mizzou, so, like, whatever. But, like, let's not forget that some of these dudes that are backups in the league shredded in college. Jake Fromm has some sick numbers in college, even though they're boring. Now Jake Fromm's not even going to be in the league. Jake Fromm's going to, you know, his goal is to be the next fucking offensive quality control guy for whoever the fuck.
We were hearing else.
Exactly. Trubisky. Tyler Bray was a Tennessee legend. Yes. I mean, yeah, that's borderline true statement.
Well, he had Cordarrelle Patterson.
Well, like, literally anyone that suits up as fucking quarterback in Tennessee becomes a legend on some level. Still is. Still is. Oh, Bray Nation. What's up, Bray Nation? We see you. This ginger beer, by the way, fucking healed me, bro.
Good for you, man. Okay. But like, just to touch on Najee Harris, not Najee.
Yeah, just Najee. It's just Najee. Quit fucking trying to make it like you're you're a fucking monk or something. It's Najee. Najee Harris. Welcome. Come inside, Najee Harris. Najee Harris. It's like, motherfuckers, like, it's Najee. Quit trying to gussy it up like you went to fucking, like, you know, like you bought clothes, like Benetton clothes or some shit. Like, quit trying to cross colors it up. It's Najee.
Dude, I threw it out there. Like, I wouldn't even be mad. I know he's not on being mocked, but, like, I wouldn't even be mad if Pace drafted him with the 20 overall. That kid is a beast, man. Like, you talk about a guy that Nagy would love him. That kid runs routes and catches like a receiver.
We already got Damian Williams, though.
Dude, this kid is so polished. He blocks well.
Did Ryan Nall die? I'm just asking. Is Ryan Nall involved in a fiery car wreck?
This is a guy that.
Why do we need? We don't need Najee Harris. We have Ryan Bartholomew Nall. Fuck out of here.
He's a he's a
special
big
teams demon, Ryan Nall.
Dude, he's got forte in him, and I think as he matures, he could have a little Eddie George too.
Yeah, so they signed fucking Damian Williams, and the spin on that is Super Bowl hero Damian Williams. And it's like, and I said, well, I can't wait for fucking, you know, him to get in the game for exactly 30 snaps this season, all of them being horrible third down calls. Like, it's like, you know, they have 70 offensive snaps.
Gonna happen.
They have 70 offensive snaps, and here comes Damian Williams, and the defense goes, something's up. Like, something's about to happen. Like when Cordarrelle Patterson would go deep in the eye, the defense is like, what's this? Like, come on, man.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, like if the people are hyping signing up, and I like it, it brings a veteran into the room. But like, man, 6 seasons, 1,200 yards, and like 12 touchdowns. That's what we're talking about right now. Like people are acting like we got like.
It's because he had a good Super Bowl. Like, you know,
sure.
So what? Like, so fucking what?
But when I brought up Harris, I brought up Harris on Twitter. People were like, "We're stacked at running back." Basically,
they're fucking. That's stupid, but
you could get out of Cohen's contract if you brought Harris in. You know what I mean? Like you could move on from that.
Not really. The Bears are like rubbing two nickels together right now.
If you had Monty and Harris, we'd be all set.
They are the Bears are like $250,000 under the cap, bro. Like they're like squeaking under the cap right now. They can't even sign their draft class.
I want to know. By the way,
this year,
like that's why Pace isn't going to sign up, ain't going to trade up because he can't afford to. He's broke.
All the Gnaw love in the chat, like they need to turn him into a fullback.
Yeah, well, everybody's just clowning. Trubisky.
I know. How long have we been saying that with no fullback?
Well, look. Here's the thing, though, is that like, and we saw this last year. Like, if you become a fullback team, you start running, you know, a 22 personnel. You know, like you basically you become like the Saints, right? I mean, Saints run a lot of fullback.
Can sling it.
Yes. So that's fine, but you have to understand that that's going to cut down a lot of snaps. Like, I don't know where this, you know, I just don't know how many snaps, you know, Tariq Cohen's going to get. Right?
Tyler Clutch reference, bam.
I don't even know who that is. Fullback jet sweep.
No, that's what man.
Yakub says fullback jet sweep. Yo, Ryan Nall has that package just for him. Pause. Like
yeah, you're talking about the snap counts, but like if you start
70 plays.
Exactly. If you start getting a rhythm going, you get more snaps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, like even a team that scores a lot of points rarely gets more than like 85 snaps. You know what I mean? Like it's just rare, you know, because either you're moving the ball in big chunks or whatever the case is. So I'm just saying, like, there's not going to be enough snaps. And what sometimes I get worried about is like, I feel like less is more. Like Nagy needs shit taken away from him, not given to him. Like this whole more toys for Nagy. No, less toys for Nagy. Give Nagy a broken wagon and a fucking stick and tell him that's all you get. Now have fun. Like
I think this is the
laser. And that's well, that's what we have said is the best thing about Dalton is that's a laser show now. Pew 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 pew. Like that's the laser show. That's his boy, right?
Right.
So it's not DeFlippo's boy. It's laser show. Him and laser to the moon, baby. Like. You're going to have fucking Sean Desai, the professor up there, fucking calling us plays.
It's just so wild, too, bro. Because, like we look through a Bears-colored lens sometimes, and I'm trying to justify Dalton, and I know Dalton's better than Glennon. He's probably better than we talked about it when we got him. Like, even though he's nothing, like, super exciting, he's better than what we've had in a long time, but my buddy came over. He's a Patriot fan, and he was like, "Bro, what are the Bears doing?" Like when you get that outside take because you're so trapped in your view and your team, and you get that outside perspective.
We're
it's
a
like
joke, dude. We're flat out a joke to a lot of the NFL right now. It's sad.
Yeah, you know we are, but like, what the fuck are the Patriots doing? Like last year was
what the fuck do they need to do, bro?
Every year's a new fucking year, man. I mean,
they had like a 20-year run.
Well, Brady had a 20-year run, and he just continued it down in
Even
Tampa,
before
right?
Brady, man, those Bledsoe teams weren't horrible. Some of them, like they've been,
Ben Coates and shit. Come on, man.
they
Like,
played in the Super Bowl, bro.
okay,
Let's not act like we're something.
I know. I get defensive though. Like fucking people talking shit. Like a lot of other teams don't have a fucking plan. You know what I mean? Like maybe we've never had a plan, but a lot of teams, you look at them and go, "What the fuck are they doing?" You know what I mean? Like, there's only a few teams that look like they know what the fuck they're doing. And Andy Reid really didn't look like he knew what the fuck he was doing, except when he had Donovan McNabb for a while, and now he has, Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes make a lot of people look like they know what the fuck they're doing.
He did well with Alex Smith too, though.
I tell you what, I'm interested to see what happens with that team, with their offensive linemen that they released and let go.
Well, they re-signed dudes. I mean, they picked up guys. Like they've made
they've
made plenty of signings. Like they're gonna be fucking fine. I think they were smart. Honestly, they let both those dudes go. They just cut bait on both those guys. Oh, you got a knee. Oh, you got an Achilles. Sorry, guys. We're not fucking.
Dude, they're gonna have the highest selling jerseys in the league. Long 69. Are you kidding?
For real. And they played it smart because they knew that there's going to be a bunch of dudes hitting the streets that are talented. And they played it exactly fucking smart. They know that this is a time where a lot of dudes are signing a 1-year deal because they're waiting for the new CBA and they're waiting for the TV money to kick in.
They say on NFL radio that they expect the number of 1-year deals to be over 300 this year.
Yes. This is what's happening. Allen Robinson unwittingly played this shit perfectly. And maybe he didn't unwittingly do it because he's been saying he wanted a long-term deal. He now has this fucking badass 1-year deal, and then he gets to go back onto the market again. So anybody that thinks that there's going to be a contract for Allen Robinson during the season this year, there is not.
No.
Like, there is no fucking way. There's going to be a contract for him.
Other things that there is no way of happening. We're not getting Russell Wilson.
Absolutely not.
No, Lockett getting locked up, man. That kills it.
Dead that. Like we got fucking played. Like Russ had a little spat with, he had a little fucking coachy player lovers spat with Pete and wanted to flex on him.
Yep.
And believe me, I don't necessarily think John Schneider was that far away from trading Russell Wilson, but Pete Carroll was never going to let it happen. And it's, how many times do we have to see it? So he keeps, it's like dudes get signed. They brought Carson back. They fucking paid Lockett. They got the offensive lineman from the Raiders. They're picking up dudes. They're making moves. They were 12-4. They're going to be a good team next year. Russell Wilson is going to be fucking good next year. Russell Wilson's going to throw for 4,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 10 picks for them next year, and they're going to be in the fucking playoffs. Like, people need to get over it. It ain't happening. Right? He's a Seahawk. It was fun to fucking dream, right?
San Fran's going to be pretty sick, though, I have a feeling.
But they have to draft Justin Fields. Like, if they don't draft Justin Fields, I don't fucking know. Like, I just can't.
If they get Justin Fields, oh my God.
Yeah.
It could be the Great Fleece 2.0. They take that pick and then fleece us for picks.
Yeah, and then we'll pick Mac Jones at 3.
It's just so crazy. Like I'm at the point now where if there is this run on the quarterback. Oh yeah, don't rage. Yo, T. Yakub, I forgot he said don't rage tweet Pete. This dude got suspended. He got popped. No, he got suspended off of Twitter for like a week for going at Pete. He fucking went hard in the paint on Pete Carroll and got suspended from Twitter for like a week.
That's like straight gangster right there. I like that.
Bears Twitter, yeah, a whole week. Bears Twitter is fucking sprung, bro. We're so crazy, like literally fucking meth addicts. Like we just go stupid with it.
I've
No
never
offense.
been suspended. I've been blocked to hell, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been in jail where like I couldn't do certain things. I've never been suspended. I've been in Twitter jail a few times.
I'm pretty sure they have like my account like throttled,
Like,
so
where-
nobody's seeing
where-
my
oh.
shit. But
Yeah, I'm definitely shadow banned on my main account for sure.
I
Like,
definitely
in order
did.
to, and I know you are, because in order to see your tweets, I have to put the notifications on. If I didn't have notifications on, I would never see your shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever want me to find you. Like half the time your tweets pop up and it says this may be sensitive. Like,
Yes.
and I don't know. And believe me, bro, like I don't have any fucking like
I'm wondering
age-
sometimes because like wow that
Yo,
I'll put
you're
something.
shadow banned as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'll put something out. I'll be like, oh, this is kind of funny. Maybe somebody will like my thought here. Nope. Okay.
Right. And I'm saying I wouldn't fucking see this shit if it wasn't for the notifications. It's just so funny because like I like there's so many of those fucking like follower jockeys that you know they follow you and then you follow them back and then they just throw your ass on mute like immediately like
Right.
fucking follow train people.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just it's fucking game. Twitter's fucking cornball.
Yeah, the internet's never been my justification for my existence. So like,
well, yeah, we're not out here like seeking your fucking validation like anybody's
Well, you're a
fucking
network
validation.
president now, asshole. So you better get ready.
Oh, that's
for it.
right. Wait, are you the president or am I?
Oh,
I'm
You
president.
already
No.
Right.
I'm just
I'm the
president of the
CFO.
production company, the HMD
the-
Productions.
CFO. I'm the CCFO. I'm the CEFO, COO, COO.
Jared, no, you're assistant to the regional manager.
Nice.
Yes, you're the traveling secretary.
Hey,
Secretarian, the pony,
Well, like-
bro.
Let me tell you what. We know what happens to traveling secretaries around here.
Here's my thing. Like you okay? You started an LLC. Cool. Okay. Did you start an LLC? Okay, cool. You started an LLC. That's cool. You could say you're the president of that shit. Fine. You called your LSC fucking your LSCC, whatever the fuck it is, limited liability corp,
LSD.
S corp. Fucking got together. Like you called it the whatever fucking this and that. Fine, but that's not what fucking happened. Like these dudes are not networks. It's just like I am announcing that I have a new Twitter handle in which I will be pretending to be really fucking important and fucking make it seem like you care what the fuck I have to say.
Alpha and Omega LLC.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and then just
Hey,
cut
that's
the
a good
bullshit.
one.
Like, everybody just needs to cut the bullshit and realize that it's not fucking real. Like whatever clout you get on Twitter is just not real. Like it's fucking meaningless. Like stop. And believe me, I'm on Twitter a lot. I like it, but I'm into it. You know what I mean? Like obviously, I'm addicted to it. But like,
Oh, there's like 5,000 Bears podcasts. Like it doesn't. If you have a phone and an internet connection, or you know, what I mean, you can all do this.
like if you have signed up for that unfollower thing where every now and then some people put tweets out, 2 people followed me and 1 person unfollowed me, automatically checked by unfollower. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you sign up for that shit? Why would you sign up for that fucking garbage? Like, who the fuck cares?
Top 5 followers of the week.
Like, I don't get it. Like, people actually think it matters if you follow more than you're followed. Like, that's what we were told by people. Oh, it's out of balance. People think that's not cool. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if I got up to 300,000 followers, I don't care if I follow 300,000 people. Like,
yeah, I'm just not. You know what it is too. I'm just not the type of person that's just going to start conversations to get follows. Like I like talking to the people I talk to on Twitter. I like. There's certain dudes that are just cool and chill to talk to, and like they have different opinions, and you don't fight. You're not out to like.
Right, and that's why everybody has the fucking chat rooms, And now there's these little fucking like actual chat rooms where people are chatting. Whenever it's like Clubhouse, but it's like Twitter zones or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
word.
That's why people do that shit. Like. And I would always say, "Oh, let's take this conversation out to the TL," Like, But when you do it out there, it just doesn't feel as like it just gets fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit that gets said in the DMs and the chats, whatever. Like it you try to take it out on the TL and you get, try to get the shit going and it just doesn't pop off right. Like just doesn't go right because some clown ass will get involved in it, doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know the inside jokes.
You remember the DM chats?
Oh yeah, with the fucking cult, with the Bears barroom cult.
Yo,
like the loyalty bullshit, the fucking
it was
tiers of
loyalty,
like who's fucking the most loyal, who's like fucking literal like cult.
To their credit, they have exercised those demons. So,
but whatever. What I'm saying it used to be like.
It was who it was. It's fucking Phil and Shane.
There were tiers into deeper chats, is what I'm saying.
Right. Like you were out in the fucking green room, like you couldn't be in the real chat. Like, fucking just calm down, people. Calm the fuck down. Like,
I got all the way into the top level and I threw some haymakers, bro.
You were always starting shit. It was so funny.
Oh, I was like, I am not going to kiss the ring. Boom.
Yeah, you were always starting shit. That was fucking hilarious. I was like, this guy's fucking wild.
Well, being from Connecticut, I know the type. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it's just. What I'm saying is like it's all trash. Like it's just like stop fucking throwing trash in the lawn and lighting it on fire and then acting like like you made something. Like you didn't fucking make anything. You haven't gotten anywhere. Like until if somebody wants to say like, okay, I quit my real job for this. Okay, cool. But recall from me when the guy who started The Athletic, who I don't even know who the fuck that is. John Green, I don't know who it is. Remind me about when he sat down in front of a camera in his bedroom with his shitty posters on the wall and was like, I would like to announce that I am the president of something that we're calling The Athletic. And me and my friends are going to get together and we're going to podcast and we're going to talk about our fucking opinions about everything, even though we're fucking 12 years old and we never left the fucking house. And we think that fucking like going to Chicago and like eating food is like a fucking adventure, like that anybody fucking cares about. Like motherfuckers go to a hot dog place and tweet about it and act like they went to fucking Mount Everest. Like it's a fucking hot dog, you fucking simps. Like nobody cares, and then the people fucking congratulate. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you for being the president of a network. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You are not the president of anything, you fucking losers. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
Like, literally shut the fuck up.
Your stomach.
Stop congratulating them. Somebody needs to grab these kids and shake them and tell them, do something real. Go fucking put your dick in something. Please. Besides your fucking hand. And stop making shit up on the internet. You fucking simps.
Wow, man. Wow.
Fuck off. Like, the circle jerk. Like, stop it. Like, just, I'm fucking tired of it, bro. Like, people are like, oh, you have a podcast, you're trying to... Yeah, we do this. This is what we do. I don't fucking care if anybody's listening. I don't. If you are, great. Congrats. I hope you like it. If you don't, push on. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna, like, just stop it. Like, stop.
We went to a deep, dark place.
Bro, I'm tired of it.
There's going to be a 17th game this year.
Yeah, not if George McCaskey has anything to say about it, right? he's like, Virginia might not live to the 17th game. Is that why he voted against it?
To get us back on track just a little bit.
Sorry for my rant, but I'm fucking tired of it, bro. Like, I'm tired of the fuck. Cut the shit. Like, cut the shit.
And that is your rant.
I'm just like that's so 17 fucking games. Like
Sorry,
why?
man.
So like if you if you had a fucking store that was open 17 days a year, 16 days a year, and somebody told you that AA got diarrhea, went on an angry rant, and congratulated us for listening. Enriching stuff. Yeah. I mean, take it or leave it. True business. But no, let's say you have a store, right? And it's open 16 times a year. And so you are now saying, let's open it 17 times a year, right? Right? Why wouldn't you? Pure profit, right?
Right.
But George is like, I don't know about that.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're done with your rant?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
No, I was just gonna say, man. Like they're also they're also at like
it felt good to get it out.
They're at a point, and I'm not defending it, but they're young to this. Like we've been in 2 networks, we've been jaded. You know what I mean? So we realize what this is. Like, no. What I'm saying is this is a hobby. This is a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They really think that like they're going to be the next Barstool, and it's cool. Like all of them, it's cool. But like,
guys,
it's like my kids. It's like my kids want to do YouTube channels. I'm like, you got to understand, like the people that already made it, it's going to be harder.
My 9-year-old thinks he's going to be Mr. Beast. I'm like, you know, like you're not going to be fucking Mr. Beast. There's only one of that guy.
I remember people telling us when we first started this, when we were in the network, this is, I want to replace people's jobs. I'm like, you think I hand out like, I'm not even going to go there, but like, you think I'm like making $2 an hour? Like,
right. Like, yeah, like we're not, yeah, like don't insult me, bro. Like, anyway, it's just like, do your thing. I'm not sitting here to discourage. There's a million fucking Bears podcasts. There'll be 1,000,001. That do your fucking thing, man. Everybody can have a voice. I'm not saying don't have a voice. Just don't be a fucking clown. That's all. Like, don't lie and act like
bitch.
Yeah, don't be a bitch and don't fucking act like, you know, oh, you woke up on third base and get like, I hit a triple. Like, just cut the shit. We're on
everybody go fuck yourself, but we hope you listen.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if those fucks listen. I mean, you know what network we're on? We're on the StreamYard network, on the Twitter network, on the fucking Al Gore's internet network.
Whatever you can find podcasts on treat bitch it. Big up. Remember this? Yo, AA, that was so funky fresh. Thank you for dropping that hot fire.
That was the hottest fire. Fucking, yo, it's time for shout outs. Yo, shout out to Salt Buckets and Whiskey. Yo,
dude, you remember Hot 97 in New York? That's what that's from. Like, don't like. This is the thing. You created something. You're trying to be Howard Stern and Hot 97. All right, whatever. Yeah, it's cute.
Anyway, do your thing, people. And listen to us or don't listen to us. Just stop being fucking clown ass simp bitch.
And we're not saying we're better than anybody. That's the thing.
No!
Like, this is generic, bro. Like, this is everybody has a podcast.
It's not special. Like, it isn't fucking special. Like, I'm not putting this on my LinkedIn.
Nah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know,
just podcasting. Anybody can do it. We just enjoy it. It's a hobby, and we hope you guys enjoy it too. And if you don't, we enjoy it.
Retweet and put it on your walls, though.
Yeah. Retweet it. Send us a fucking. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you do. Like, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Follow us, unfollow us. It's fine.
Do you think that it lends credence to the fact that the Bears are cash strapped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The vote, McCaskey's vote, man. I kind of took it as like some people have been talking about like the player safety, and I'm sure they asked the get the temperature of the players, but I think it was more about like protecting your asset. Like you could say cheap, but like you're putting your players out there for an extra game. You could end up. You're talking about all the investment in these guys. Like an extra game is a big deal on their mental and physical well-being.
Or behind closed doors, he is taking an easy PR move to say, you know what, guys, I side with the players. This is how he can spin it. When reality is that there's probably some other shit going on. I don't see why you would want less sales. If you're running a business, why would you want less sales? I don't get it.
It's a great PR move because now
it's a great PR move behind closed doors because he can go to the players and be like, "Hey, this is why we did this." And
say what you want about closed doors, though. The other players on other teams are going to hear that he was the one owner that did that.
Right. Jakub says McCaskey just wanted to be the cool boss. Yes, absolutely. Like McCaskey's like, "Hello, fellow kids."
It's a smart PR move.
Well, but it looks weird from the outside. But I think people inside Hallis and behind closed doors know because there's really no downside to it. It's not like it wasn't that close of a vote. Like it wasn't like so he knew he could take this opportunity. And
he's the only guy that voted no, right?
I think it was like 2, but he's the only one whose name got out there.
That's huge for other players on other teams. They're like, wow, they got an owner that backs the player side of things.
Right, and the Bears, say what you will, the Bears have always operated as a fairly, at least perception-wise, they've been fairly player-friendly. Now, there's lots of players that would disagree with that, but you also hear a ton of players say that they liked playing for the organization, especially now. Like the amenities, the fucking all the shit that they have is top of the line. They got the fucking best smoothies in town. That's why Allen Robinson want to stay, right? So, it is what it is. I mean, I just look at the whole thing and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, it's it's gonna be less preseason games. I hope that they have to expand the rosters. Like, what's the downside to it?
The downside is you're doing this. I think the biggest thing on the player's perspective is you're lowering the cap, but you're extending the season. That's kind of shitty. Yeah. Like they should up the cap a little bit because of that.
Yes, they need to get their shit together.
For this particular season, it's weird the way they've handled it. Like they're almost like saying, here's what we're doing because we fucking lost all this money, supposedly. But they're basically saying we need the 17 game to recoup. So we're putting big shackles on teams financially. But we need this extra money to recoup. And they allowed flexing on the Monday night games. I mean, there's going to be football on a lot more. That's what the pandemic did. Is it showed them, which I don't know why the fuck it took this long to realize this, but it showed them that the old antiquated model of this, like the early window, late window, which they've obviously shifted away from, but they've been afraid to go away from it, as if people won't follow the NFL wherever it fucking goes. I mean, you don't want to take away your Sunday games, but little by little, it's become such a behemoth, and the way that people consume it has changed completely.
God, I hope it changes for the better on that front.
They're going ESPN Plus app sucks. I hope they figure that out before they start launching NFL games, man, because that app is rough.
Yeah, the app in general, ESPN app is big.
You'll be watching something and then it'll go like that's the only app I have that like it will go out and then you try getting back. It's like just not very reliable to watch.
That's a good point. T. Yakub 713 says there's one more game for players to be benched for veteran rest. Week 17 will have a bunch of meaningless games. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, Bears Twitter's like we're all going to Vegas. Like, everybody's going to Vegas so they see how much those tickets are. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Those tickets are going to be crazy expensive. If by some miracle that stadium is at 100% capacity, those tickets are going to be fucking $500, like for the shitty seats.
I might need to make a phone call for us though because I got a little. There's a
the network got some connections.
No. This girl I dated in high school. Her husband runs. No, her husband runs the freaking banquets for Caesars. So I'll try to. Hey, what's up? Hope all is well.
That's gonna be it. I mean, when that stadium opens up, bro, like, but that's the thing is like when that stadium opens up every week in Vegas is going to be a hot ticket, and it's all going to be road fans. Like,
yeah, that's what It's the greatest.
And a lot of them will be road Raiders fans,
Sure.
because they'll travel, but like it's they'll travel from California.
There's gonna be so many fans, bro. So like they
Yeah.
stay at the sports books down there and they watch the games on TV, but now you get to bet on the game and watch it live. Like in Vegas, like
they're gonna have to figure that. Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing.
Going last Boy Scout, boys. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, I slipped your lady the D in high school. Can I get some coupons to Caesars?
Yo, yo, I'm just gonna say this. It be like that sometimes. You know what
I mean? You're like, hey, I'm Papa Giorgio. Oh, fuck.
You don't talk to any of your you don't talk to any of your exes like online and shit.
Nope.
I'm friends with a lot of them. Like, I don't know. Can never close out.
Nah, that's cool. I like that. That's good. I'm glad for you.
I'm not a dick.
I mean, that's cool.
I throw it down, but I'm not a jerk about it.
You slang it. I'm not a dick, but I do slang it.
Not anymore. I'm married. But...
right. Now it's on. Now it's strapped down. Now this shit is strapped down. Strapped. But back in the day, I had a whole roster of.
Yeah, back in high school, I could throw a football quarter
I can slang the ball, but I can slang this dick.
I'm like the Uncle Rico of love making.
Wow. Free tickets out this motherfucker.
God, like,
oh shit! Yeah, so apparently all of Bears Twitter is gonna meet up in fucking Vegas, right?
It'd be cool, man, but like you said, it's gonna be.
It would look like fucking Anchorman.
Yes.
Network One.
Half of Bears Twitter is gonna end up in like some betting bar because they're not gonna be able to get in the damn place.
Yeah, it ain't gonna look like no, that'd be fucking no fights.
Just a bunch of fucking acid and never leave.
Well, I will say, I mean, Bears Twitter. I mean, ultimately, it's a little bit better now. Like most people, like will bullshit and like troll a little bit, but
it's better because like motherfuckers could get suspended now. Like back when we, like 4 or 5 years ago, like when we were, going buck wild on there, you couldn't even get suspended. Like we'd be looking up pictures of dudes' families on Facebook, and
I didn't go there, but yeah.
Oh, it happened.
People did. I heard. But now it's fucking, now it's a fucking, it's like,
family. It's for the kids.
Yeah, it's for the children.
But
now,
sometimes
everybody's got the reputation of their podcast and their network to think about. We can't get too crazy because our network would suffer. Woo!
Yeah, but now, like, Brad Biggs will drop something. I'm like, shit on block.
Yeah, no doubt.
I know, right? Like back in the day, I don't even know how. Yeah,
you know what, though? Bears Twitter made him do it because he was slacking back in the day.
That's true. We did.
I got along with Biggs too. Like he would put my questions in his articles and shit. Then I just came out. He had that one paper tucked under his neck at a presser, like this. And all I said was, "Is Bibbs bibs?" I said, "Is Biggs wearing a bib?" Blocked.
We talk shit, but I mean, Bears Twitter got Mark Grody to like do his fucking job.
Same with Biggs, because Biggs sucks, man.
Well, because a lot of these dudes are just like the organization. Like they just sit back on their laurels and write their same columns. They probably got fucking articles saved for years. They could just write the same articles again and again, just change a few names. Change a couple of little small things. They already got them written. Like the shit, they're fat and happy. Like,
yeah, bloggers and podcasters became competition to the big media, and that now they're doing what we've been doing. And there is an influence in that. Like even Twitter, your comments, everybody.
Yes,
like
it does drive.
Shit.
It does. It drives It does drive things. It does move the fucking needle, and that's what's addicting about it. And that's and people see People see that and they think, oh, I could be a part of this. And so I get it. That's why everybody does it for fucking likes. I sit here and say, I don't care if nobody listens. Of course, we like it when people come in the chat. Of course, we do it for the interaction. We do it for the.
We're not changing. We're not changing what we do to get listeners. Like,
no. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna sit here and actually say I don't give a fuck because I do. Like, obviously, I want, like, we do it for the interaction. Like. But we try to keep it real to the fucking point that it's like this is supposed to be a tailgate. You know what I mean? So like
chilling in the man cave watching a game type atmosphere.
Yeah, like chill.
Shit.
Like like just talking shit. Like we're knowledgeable, but we don't fucking call ourselves experts. We I mean,
I don't know shit, but I know a little bit.
Right. Well,
nobody knows nothing, but we have fun with it.
Right.
I mean that's the whole spectrum of it. Nobody knows a damn thing.
Right. No, they don't fucking know shit. Like, so, we're sitting here going like, okay, Andy Dalton is it, right? I mean, where do they go? So that was what we were saying earlier with the quarterbacks. It's like, so if really that many quarterbacks get taken in the top 5 picks, well, that's good for the teams that don't want quarterbacks, right? Because that means everybody else gets pushed down. The best offensive tackles, the best wide receivers, the best corners. I mean, all those positions, those key positions. And unfortunately, the Bears suddenly find themselves not only needing a quarterback, but they need a cornerback. They need an offensive tackle. They kind of need an edge.
The defensive tackle, too.
But they definitely need a cornerback and an offensive tackle.
I mean, you're talking about Parsons dropping to 15 potentially. In a normal year, Parsons would be like a top 10 pick easy, like possibly top 5.
Right. Like these teams up in those top picks are gonna not only pass up like Sewell and whoever they're gonna push other players down to us.
Did you see that shit with Hugh Jackson? He wrote a book and he's talking shit that Cleveland fucking basically did him dirty. It's crazy.
Oh, you're talking about they got on the Trubisky thing, but like that was known. Yeah. Like they were debating Trubisky was kind of known back then. When they
here's the thing that nobody wants to hear, and this narrative has been spun a million times, so it's not like I'm saying shit that's but it never quite gets traction because you see some clown like Ryan Clark who acts like he just discovered the 2017 draft and is like making fresh takes about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is the Bears traded up, did something dumb. It's like, no shit, man. Like, nobody forgot. Like, he honestly sat there and said, people forgot about this, that. Nobody forgot. Like, nobody forgot. But the things that are on Pace's side, and I think he's made this case to Ted and George, is that I may have gone out on an island and drafted Trubisky in secrecy, but I did that by design, and I had to do it, and now all these things have come to light that make him look better. The fact that Cleveland really was thinking about taking Mitch. The fact that so many people did have Mitch rated above Watson and Mahomes. So many respected people, made the same fucking mistake about him. Does it mean that the rest of Pace's body of work is up to par? No, it does not. But that one mistake, Pace's mistake is like the 8th best quarterback in Bears history. Stats-wise. And probably talent-wise, as bad as Trubisky was, he's like top 10 most talented Bears quarterbacks to ever wear the jersey. As bad as he played, his highs were higher than some of almost anything we've ever seen from that position.
Great.
And he signed a $2.5 million backup deal.
Right, because the league knows he's a fucking fraud. The league knows what is actually true, that Nagy coached his ass off to get him to look like that. But then he couldn't take him to the next level. Everybody in the league realizes that. that the 2018 was a great fucking job by Matt Nagy to make him look as good as he did. And 2019 was a failure on both of their parts. But I'm just saying, like, Pace and Nagy have more respect in the game than Bears fans give them. Way more respect. They have more respect as executives and as coach. It's just a fact. And they are not on the fucking hot seat the way that everybody thinks they are. At all. Like, they have, I think, a 2-year cushion in my mind.
I think it depends on what they do in the draft.
I mean, I think they're going to get, but I think they're being given an opportunity. Now, again, if there's a 3-13 tire fire and the sniping gets out of control and the team completely implodes, sure. Could they get fired? Absolutely. I'm just saying I don't think they're on the plank. Everybody's making it out that they're on the fucking plank. And they're not. Like, Pace basically, was like, yeah. I mean, Ted said it. We didn't get the quarterback right completely. They think they got the quarterback partially right with Mitch. They're really resting on that 2018 campaign, and they're really resting on this idea that they made the playoffs 2 out of 3 years, even though everybody knows that the playoff berth last year was complete horseshit. Like, does not count. Like, total fucking...
True.
Like, it does not fucking count, and all it has done is brought us trouble. If they had just gone fucking 4-12 or 5-11, they'd be in so much better shape right now for this draft. But again, maybe the limitations help Pace. Maybe the fact that he now has to depend on his scouts and his team more helps him. Maybe the fact that he doesn't have the options. I mean, I don't know if they can afford on multiple levels going up to the top 5 to get a player. I mean, even though there's this rookie salary cap.
I believe I want to see it with Pace. I mean, I like what he's done with the limited resources and free agency with Atachu. I think it's a good depth piece. Wilkinson can play multiple positions as a backup. They brought in Jones. I like that move for a middle linebacker depth. Like, they were all depth pieces. He didn't overswing.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, I honestly like.
No, what's the dude that got the?
What? You froze up.
What's the dude that got? Was it Darisaw or not Darisaw? The guy that got the '96 jersey. They had.
Oh yeah. We were looking.
Blackson.
Yeah, Angelo Blackson. Yeah, for some reason on the NFLshop.com, his jersey number is 96. But Akeem's number is 96 too on there. It's not like Akeem disappeared. All the players that are gone are gone. And you can go in and choose. That ain't happening. Right. You can go in and choose, whatever.
It might have.
You can. Nah, Akeem's staying. I don't see it. Like, I think he's staying. They still need to clear about 6-7 more million in cap space. So either the Keem deal and restructure or extension has to happen.
I know. And I want him to bring Gibson back too.
They're not.
I know.
I mean, they re-signed Artie Burns. They're gonna try that again. They got Trufant. They got fucking Roberson. They got. I mean, I think. What they realize is, which is true, is that if they don't get the pass rush going, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no point in having a $20 million cornerback if you don't get the pass rush going. And if you do get the pass rush going, you don't need the $20 million cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Especially one that plays like Kyle.
Well, Robert Quinn actually plays like 3/4 worth of his contract will be all right.
Right, and I mean,
he has a lot of making up to do.
You would fucking hope that there's no way he can be worse. I mean, because it's the Bears, I'm sure there's a way, and he probably will be worse.
It was a weird start, eh? You remember the limited preseason they had? Like, he wasn't participating much. There was something going on, man. Like,
Honestly,
the
like
rip.
I think his head was messed up. I think his head was messed up over all the social unrest between that and then COVID. I mean, these dudes had a lot of shit on their minds. Like, let's not forget how much that fucked them up. A lot of them, you know what I mean? Like, and changed the dynamics of the locker room, right? Like, battle lines were drawn about George Floyd
Everybody
and
dealt with
and
a lot of things going on, but
yes, and it's like just
Well, you also don't know that he's not a young man either.
no,
He's kind of an older guy in the locker room, so he probably has more of a parental type view as 20, 30,
yeah.
22-year-old coming straight out of college.
Like I just feel like when you listen to him talk, he felt like a guy that had a lot on his mind, and felt like a guy that just his head wasn't completely right, and probably he was thinking to himself, maybe I should have opted out, but he didn't. Couldn't quite bring himself to opt out because he just signed this deal and he didn't want to look bad. But I don't know if and I have total respect for that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how these guys went out there and did that. Like
yeah,
I don't
that sucks if he was going through shit, but like you're getting paid to do a job too.
Agreed. I'm not trying to give him a pass. I'm just saying like I don't know. And he looked like from the outside a guy that was going through some shit. That's all. Again, you know what? Like the elite athletes who are the best in the game push through that shit. I mean, you found out that Tom Brady's fucking dad had COVID, right? Did you hear about that? Did he make an excuse about it? Was there were they on fucking social media crying about it? No. That dude's a savage. Like Tom Brady's basically like wants to win the Super Bowl so bad that nothing's going to stop him. Nothing. And so you hear about that later, but you don't hear about it at the time. So again, it's like I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying from the outside looking in, it looked like that could have been what was going on. So hopefully
It's just so Bears. Like Floyd didn't really like ball out here, and then then he wakes up by getting shipped out to the Rams, and now he got paid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, good for him. I mean, and listen, it wasn't like, although we talked bad shit about Floyd, but it's not like he was trash. I mean,
much better than Quinn last year.
Yeah, in retrospect, absolutely. I mean, at least he had those games against the Packers. I mean, Quinn had like nothing.
Are you like?
We had his first sack of the year.
Are you typing or jerking off an ice?
Cheers. Sounds like you're like crinkling a plastic bottle or something. No, I don't know.
Good.
There was a lot of feedback or a lot of background noise. But yeah, I mean, and so hopefully that's what they're banking on. Like they're banking on the money that they spent panning out. I think Mario Edwards should be. Hopefully Goldman coming back. But as we mentioned many times on this show, that it's not like Goldman was playing so great when he was there, and the excuse that you could use was, well, Akeem Hicks wasn't there. So I mean, I guess the band is the special teams, but hopefully they got the band back together on the defensive line, right?
Yeah, it's going to be important.
I mean, if Desmond Trufant is healthy, he can play.
Yeah.
You can't get much worse than what Buster Screen was at the slot. Like, whatever platoon they put out there of Shelley and whoever, it's not going to be worse than Screen.
Well, regardless of what you think about the other side of the ball, the offensive line has improved.
Yes. Absolutely, it's improved.
There's hope. There's hope for something. Now, whether Andy Dalton is that answer, I don't know.
But that's the thing is like, so you're sitting there at 20. Let's say the Bears make no moves. They don't trade down. I'm totally fine with them taking if a tackle falls to them at 20, like this dude from fucking North Dakota State that everybody's all hyped about.
Oh God, not another one.
This is the dude that everybody's fucking hyped up about.
I'll be right back.
All right. And so if they take him, I'm okay with it. If they take Newsom, the cornerback from Northwestern, I'm good with that too.
That kid's good. I watched him versus the Ohio State.
That would be fucking money. I mean, he was there in that mock I did. That would be fucking money. Like, to take that guy.
Makes sense. And you can get a Sonny Samuel. He's a guy that's kind of in and out. I mean, there's talent to be had in this draft. This might be the most important draft. This might be the most important draft not to trade draft capital in.
I agree. But now here's the thing is that, the flip side of the quarterbacks going so high is that the other quarterbacks maybe then get pushed up. And that's what people keep saying. But eventually there's going to run out. The quarterback poor teams are going to run out. So let's say that it goes Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, then Trey Lance to the Falcons, then fucking okay. So who do the Panthers take? Do they take a quarterback at that point? I wouldn't if I'm them. You really want to take the sixth best quarterback with the seventh or eighth pick in the draft? No. So at some point it has to stop. And then they go, no, we're going to take the best player on our board right now. Yeah, we would have liked to have taken the best quarterback, but that ship has sailed. So now they have other needs. So they're going to take somebody else. So I just don't think automatically people are saying, oh, Kellen Mond might not, he's a high second round pick all of a sudden. I'm like, how?
No. I don't think so.
And people always say this shit.
Carolina gets Pitts.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you're going to see the Bengals are going to take the LSU receiver for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, who couldn't Joe Burrow beat out at Ohio State? I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Justin Fields.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the field slander this week has been so out of control. Like Dan Orlovsky putting his fucking foot in his mouth. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, just throw on some Fields tape. And we've already been over the fact that the shit is not the end all be all. But just throw on the pro day.
Dan stuck up for him, saying he can't go through his progressions. He's actually been defending him.
Well, now he has because he went too far with this. It wasn't malicious, but Pat McAfee basically asked him, why is he falling in this draft? And Orlovsky was like, well, I don't know, but this is what I've heard, is that people question whether he wants to be great. I mean, fuck all that. What a crock of shit. I don't know. I'm not going to call it racism or whatever, but I just think it's people put guys in boxes. And they can't get them out of those boxes. And it's okay, we see Mac Jones and somebody somewhere said, oh, he's Tom Brady-ish. So people put him in that box, and he stays in that box forever.
Agents have a lot of influence, too. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Exactly. They absolutely do. Justin Fields is in the Ohio State quarterbacks never pan out box. Kyle Trask suffers from that. Mac Jones, for a while, suffered from that. But now it's Mac Jones was the quarterback of the all-star team, really. That's what people are starting to say, and you're starting to
He was the point guard of an all-star team.
Yes, he was the point guard of an all-star team. So, okay, so you're drafting Joe Dumars? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He could end up being John Stockton, so there is that.
Right, or John Stockton. You know what I mean? That's what you're drafting.
That's a Hall of Fame talent.
Right, but they never won the big one.
But it could be Bobby Hurley. It could be Bobby Hurley too.
Could be Jason Williams.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just saying, it's just funny to have watched it happen because in the beginning it was oh shit, Mac Jones, look at him with his shirt off. That dude is
could be Rubio, dude.
That dude's a doughy ass. He's a fucking beer pong champion. This dude's not. But then it's
look at Tom Brady's shirt with his shirt off at the combine. It looks like
right.
Mac Jones.
But then the narrative, people start spinning the tails, right? And maybe it's Mac Jones' agent. Maybe who knows who it is. Alabama has the strong push, for their players and whatnot. I mean, so it's just funny to watch it all change. But if you have really come up with the fact that you think that Justin Fields is not better than Mac Jones, you're a fucking moron.
The one thing you can do on Justin Fields, you got to if you blitz him early and down in distance, you can make it tough on him. The two times that it happened was Northwestern, and I'll say Indiana, because
They had a good defense that showed a lot of exotic looks, man. They made it hard on quarterbacks, Indiana, this year.
So you can force him to make tough decisions. But the NFL.
But that's the thing is that he also came back and on the biggest stage, like outplayed Lawrence and Clemson.
This is what
to me, like that goes in the plus column for him.
If he's doing this all at Ohio State and basically unmotivated, that's what they're saying, right? Can you imagine a motivated Justin Fields? Are you shitting me?
Well, it's just
NFL Live on ESPN. I've been really enjoying what they're doing. I think they're doing a great job over there, honestly. And they put up they put up defensive toughness for each of the top 4 quarterbacks. And man, Fields had played against the toughest defenses out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's a back.
Trubisky's and Gravy says Justin Fields not starting over Jake Fromm is wild. Yeah, it is. But you know why it is, right? Why don't we look back in history and think about all the black Georgia quarterbacks?
Oh, let's see. It's Quincy Carter.
I think that was not really up.
Just saying, it's tough. It's tough, right?
I can't even think back that. Yeah.
There are barely any.
Jamie Newman was supposed to start this year.
For Georgia?
Yeah, Jamie Newman transferred, but then sat out.
Right. I'm just saying, there's something to that people are put in boxes, and I think that some of the, it's just like the comps. It's like people can only comp black quarterbacks to other black quarterbacks. They can only comp white quarterbacks to other white quarterbacks. If you cross, it's just something to it, And it's I'm not trying. Fields is just so fucking good, man. He's so fucking good. It's like people are trying to convince themselves there's reasons, and they did the same shit with Deshaun. They fucking try to convince themselves there's reasons to not draft us. Just trust your fucking eyes.
Yeah, but they can't make the excuse that he's an athlete first that plays quarterback because this kid actually can get to his fourth progression. Oh, by the way, I have 4.4 speed. So what this kid can potentially do to a defense if he starts carving them up passing. Now people are playing back on him. Oh, okay, 25-yard game with your feet.
Bro, Kyle Trask is huffing and puffing, throwing these fucking Uncle Rico throws. Justin Fields isn't even breaking a sweat.
And he ran the 40.
Pew! Zam! The ball is just he's fucking throwing rockets, bro.
But he ran the 40 too. A lot of those guys didn't.
But let me hear more about how amazing Mac Jones is at breaking the huddle. Get the fuck out of here with that.
I mean, I'm talking.
You could realistically win it all with Justin Fields.
Dude, he throws.
Absolutely.
He can throw a 60-yard accurate pass.
And you all know how I feel about Lamar Jackson. I've already said that. I think he's better. He could potentially be better than Lamar Jackson ever thought about being.
And not that the arm strength's the only thing, because I think like Mormon Mitch,
right,
from BYU there.
Right.
The hype there too. He needs a lot of development.
Bro, Mormon Mitch stands there for fucking 10 seconds and surveys the fucking field.
Separation. His receivers got 10 yards on.
Oh my God. They're running down the field wide the fuck open. It's like rock and jock football. You watch him fucking throw. The defensive strength, like I said, Fields was on top. He faced the toughest defenses, right?
And then I think Mormon Mitch was like the easiest defenses out of all of them
Yeah,
by a long shot.
Justin,
says 2 and 4 versus ranked opponents. Something like
Justin Fields got crushed in the national championship game. He should have left that game. Any other fucking quarterback would have left that game. He fucking came back in and outplayed the number 1 pick in the draft against a defense with fucking top picks in it. Like, come on. Like, how does that... But tell me more about the Northwestern game again. Who fucking cares? Like,
when Ohio State was down 23 players because of COVID.
Absolutely. Like, he put them on his fucking back. Like, what else does he have to do? Deshaun Watson did the same thing, and motherfuckers talked themselves out of it. Like, it didn't happen.
You want to talk about a leader. Like, if it wasn't for him and Lawrence, like, getting that petition signed, they might not even play all those teams.
Exactly. But he doesn't want to be great. Oh, I'm sorry. Did he just get college football played? Let's talk about Michigan. Michigan was like, oh, the season's canceled? Fuck it. Okay. Remember when Michigan was like, fuck it, we don't want to play anyway. Fucking khaki pants Harbaugh is like, fuck it. Like, you know, but Justin Fields was like, no, we're fucking playing. We want to play. Fuck you. Fuck you, NCAA. It's our league. It's our fucking sport. Get out of here, you old white men. We're fucking playing.
The NCAA's having some fun there now, aren't they? They're in some all kinds of legal fun.
Always, forever. They'll always be because they're a fucking corrupt ass mob.
Correct.
With a slave labor force. Like, come on. Oh, they get an education. Okay.
They give them a bottle of water and say, "Here you go, kid."
Yeah, they give them a fucking free education. Okay.
I feel the same way about Fields that I felt back in 2017 about Watson. I was like, this is the guy they need to draft if they can. Like that's
right, but we're not in position.
No. But I'm just saying that it feels to me. I mean, could potentially end up being the best out of this class.
If they I'm gonna Matt Miller this shit. If John Lynch takes Mac Jones at number 3, he has fired himself.
Dude, you give Kyle Shanahan freaking Fields. My God.
It's a wrap, bro. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo will be on the next bus to fucking Hallis Hall if that shit happens. You think they're going to pay Jimmy Garoppolo $25 million? Like, come on.
Even the Jets, like, if I'm the Jets, I might be taking Fields.
They're going to pay Jimmy Garoppolo $25 million to mentor a dude.
Dude, if I'm the Jets though, like I don't know. I don't think I'd take Wilson over Fields. I think
that they're going to.
I don't know, man.
I mean, maybe Saleh won't. You know, like
they're going to be running a similar offense as San Francisco, so you got to.
Regardless of what you think, you take a quarterback and you hold him, and then you use him as trade bait.
They should. I don't see. I mean, realistically, like I don't. And shout out to Raul who said this lots of times, and I didn't necessarily agree with it at the time, but I'm coming around to this idea that Fields might be the best quarterback in the draft.
Bro, Fields on the Jets, the dynamic shift in New York. Like
right.
The Jets kind of need that because they're always second fiddle to the Giants. It's Jersey, but yeah, like they share the same stadium. They're always like the Mets are to the Yankees. You know what I mean? Like they're always that like second tier. So like,
what will happen is that
you get a guy like that changes.
I know,
everything.
but Zach Wilson. There are Zach Wilson cultists out there who, who he has taken on this legendary status.
The whole
and they will take him. They will take him because they are afraid of passing on him. Not
of the three, who's the most likely in your eyes to fall? Is it Wilson?
To fall? No, I think Fields, because fucking GMs are stupid. Yes, because GMs are stupid. They are afraid of looking bad and losing their jobs, and they also really, really want to make sure that they look smart for who they do take. You know what I mean? Like that. There's an ego involved, in my opinion. And you've seen it happen with Pace. They want to look like the smartest guy in the room, and they also don't want to make the move that's gonna come back to haunt them.
Did you saw Fields being interviewed after his pro day, right? It was just like he was coming out of a title fight, and they're like, "Will you throw like this again if teams want you to?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll throw like this again if teams want me to." Like he doesn't give a like. There's no agent speak. Like that dude is just like, "Let's go."
Yeah, it's like anytime, anywhere. Like this is what I fucking do. Like, come on. Like I'm not huffing and puffing and fucking, like, like this dude. He comes off the bus, zing, zang, zip, zop, 4-4. What else you want? Like, this is what this fucking guy does, bro. This is who he is. This is his whole shit. Like, it's not some
Justin Fields love faster.
It's not some special. But I'm just saying, like,
fourth read, Jer.
He's different.
Fourth read.
4-4.
No, I said fourth read. This dude can get to a fourth read.
I thought you said 4-3.
No, with our offensive line, you can get.
I'm just saying he's able to process that. Like Zach Wilson, one read.
Right.
Like everybody's talking about Mund. Mund's a half a field guy. If you watch him, he's only reading half the field.
Yes. Right. That's what Mitch did in college too. But they thought spread offense, blah blah blah.
There's not many guys that you look at his mechanics, the way he slides, the patience he has. Oh, and plus I run a 4-4. It's damn impressive, man. Like
what teams realize is that what the elite guys do is most of them. What the elite guys do now is they extend plays and make highlight plays. That's what Rodgers does. That's what Deshaun does. That's what Russell Wilson does. It's not really what Brady does, but he's different. Brady's on his own other level.
Well, what he does well is he manipulates the pocket enough.
Right. And
moves enough. He doesn't have to move a lot.
What Brady does is that he doesn't miss.
Yeah,
like
give him a chance, he ain't missing.
That's it. Like if you give Brady 3 openings a game, he is scoring 3 touchdowns. He does not miss. That's what it's like when somebody is open deep, and there's that moment where it's like, oh shit, Brady hits that guy. It's a touchdown every time. That's the difference.
That's Grossman days.
And just to put a little cherry on top of my field Sunday, he has a baseball background.
Love it. I mean, everybody's drooling over Mahomes and off platform. That's what everybody wants now.
Wilson.
What are the off platform throws you can make? Because teams are going to fucking sit back and they're going to rush 4 or 5, and they're going to make you make a fucking play. And there's 4-3 athletes all over the field. The linebackers are 4-3 athletes. The cornerbacks are 4-3, 4-4 athletes. So in order for the quarterback to make a fucking play, they've got to be elite.
And I'm saying if Fields is there at 4, and that's a very attainable pick if somebody wants to go all in.
That's the only guy I'm willing for them to make
Pace wants to get nasty with it. Get nasty with it, bro.
But I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that type of capital getting spent on Trey Lance.
In a draft scenario, it's Fields or
Fields could turn
Fields or you wait.
Bullshit around.
Fields or you wait. And I don't want to see that. And that's, it does worry me about Kellen Mond getting all this love. Is this going to be a guy that they have to trade up to get? And I don't want that to happen either. Like
I was saying on Twitter earlier, man. Like I've read a bunch of reports on him. I've watched it. Like he's got a long way to go. He needs like a year, 2 years, and I don't know if it will happen then.
Once you get past that top 5 guys, there's a bunch of the same guy. Like, so as much as people are now starting to like Mond, there's other Monds.
There was Fromm stands last year, bro.
Right. Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying is they become replaceable after a certain point. Like, I don't think Mond is special enough to go trade. People are talking about trade.
Remember Anthony Gordon?
Right. Doesn't even get drafted. I mean, the kid from Hawaii that people fucking loved doesn't even get drafted. Cole McDonald or whatever the fuck, like, isn't even in the league.
Why does Jared look like he's finishing right now? look like
Jared's sleepy.
Jared's had a long couple.
Yo,
of
yeah,
that
it looks
is
like
epic. I have never been on a podcast where somebody nodded off. Holy shit!
I don't think he
Nodded
nodded off.
No,
It's
you
like his-
froze with your eyes closed.
there's
Bro.
like
I'm joking.
Yeah, I just because you froze up. It's like your bear spirit animal is coming right out of your head on the wall behind you. You were fucking having like a shaman moment.
I was in my zone.
You were in the fucking like.
It's opening day today, man. I had to catch up on my Cardinals.
Yep. Shout out to baseball starting. That was good times
How'd the Red Sox do?
They didn't play.
because the Nationals all got COVID. It wasn't their fault, right?
Oh,
You-
gotta keep them chicks out of the hotel there.
had nothing to do with the Red Sox. Y'all talk shit if you want. Kiss my rings.
First place. That's all I'm saying.
Huh?
First place Cardinals.
Everybody still likes to come at Boston like they haven't like this century. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're gonna
I was just asking.
claim
That's all. Fuck, man. It's nice to talk to you boys. It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's been a minute. March was fucking.
Remember when we were
went
gonna
by
do a baseball
blink of
podcast?
an eye. Yeah.
God.
Too much
Crazy.
pizza casserole. Yo, fucking look at Trubisky just killing it in the chat. He said, what happened to the Anthony Gordon Mafia? Where's P. Shells? Where you at, Patrick Sheldon, the fucking Anthony Gordon Mafia? Remember people are getting into it with Anthony Gordon's mom and shit?
Oh, I remember that.
And then he comes off the top rope on you, Jared. Too much piece of casserole for Jared. He's got the
Fuck you,
itis.
man.
Yeah, I got that itis.
It's like a fucking tub of cheese.
Wow. Good times. I even sang Shaggy for you last time, you hooker.
Don't call me a hooker, Jared. Katie will send me up to the big leagues.
Well,
Have me fucking clock and didge up on.
We need to bring back the baloney pony and make a T-shirt of just Jared with like frozen screen baloney pony.
I mean, that would be easy content used by anybody.
Dude, the baloney pony needs to make a return, bro.
Why would
That
I do
baloney pony. He can't sling the rock, but he sling that baloney.
Yo, pick a hitchhiker up and make her moan like
What?
moan it.
What? Fucking
All
worst
right,
song ever.
boys.
Oh, the God.
I don't know. What else did we not talk about?
Fuck, I don't know.
What else is on the list? Did he?
Did he
What's
do the
that?
list guy?
The list.
The list isn't
List
here,
of
bro.
shit. Okay, well, what else? We talked about the 17th game.
CP. Did we talk about CP's April Fool's attempt?
Was it, or is he in Minnesota?
I don't know. Why? Where you at?
Who cares? I don't care about it. CP's gone. Like,
Yeah.
how about them Bears? Like, it was fun while it lasted.
I don't want him to go to the fucking Vikings.
No, he'll definitely do something that'll hurt us. I guarantee you he'll have he'll run one back on us. Like, for sure.
And besides that, we have a press conference. They're going to ruin a Good Friday.
Oh God, it'll be the.
Oh my
worst
God!
Friday
Yeah,
ever.
why are these assholes talking? And what are they gonna say? Like,
Couldn't they go
God,
on April Fools? Wouldn't that be more fitting? So we think they're joking. Do you know what I mean? Like, say some shit and just like, well, think you're joking today. Just do it today.
what are they gonna like? What are they gonna say? I'm so.
It's fluid. The process
Yeah,
is
right.
fluid. We're collaborating, and
It was a difficult decision. We exhausted all our avenues to try to
Everything's
bring
on the
Kyle
table.
back. We're trying to make this team better on all fronts. We're
Everything
collaborating. Fucking blah blah blah. Like,
And Nagy's gonna get really deep, like some shaman. He's gonna be like, "You just see it when you look into their
yeah,
eyes." They're
Nagy's
spirit animal.
Nagy's out there burning smudge sticks and shit, and like
It's
crazy.
the real count.
Crazy
Reels a little
Goldberg,
bit.
crazy cracked out Goldberg furries like fucking screaming Bible quotes at people like
John 3:16.
yeah, exactly. Like this fucking crazy shit is going on. Like Anthony Miller's and like we're back to like footwork videos. Like David Montgomery's fucking posting footwork king videos and trying to get us all hyped up, and fucking Anthony Miller's like the grind don't stop, like fucking making the Instagram. It's full.
Ryan Noah running like little tiny golf hills.
That's what I was waiting for. Are we gonna get
Ryan Nall's a made man. You got Iggy's fucking posting shit like, remember this tweet. They don't know what I'm capable. It's like, bro, you just lost your job to Christian Jones. Sorry. Sucks to suck. Like, I mean, come on. Like,
He just lost a job to a Lion. God,
yeah, like, I mean, a 10-year vet. Good for Christian Jones. I mean, he's solid player. I mean, maybe Christian Jones took the place of Barcavius Mingo, I guess. I don't know.
No, he has the middle linebacker depth we needed.
He's on. Mingo's on his 7th team in 7 years.
Yeah, keeps getting paid though.
Yeah,
Dude,
7 years in the NFL is beating the trend.
Colt McCoy got a contract still. Like,
yo, we didn't even talk about the fact that it was revealed that the fucking Mitch tried to go compete for the Broncos job, and they're like, "Nah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good, player.
Please.
We'll chill with Drew Lock." Like, come on, we're not trying to. Like, did he really think Fangio was going to be like, "Oh, sure"?
no, Fangio was part of the coaching staff when they wanted Watson.
Yes. That absolutely was never going to happen. Like, God bless. Like, how did they come up with that shit?
Mitch gonna Mitch.
I mean, I guarantee
we were supportive of Mitch's first couple seasons, but like the people that are still like in his fan club.
Did you hear Did you hear Mariota? Mariota fucking. Apparently, Mariota loves Vegas. Mariota was on Olin's podcast, and he was all about Vegas. Apparently, his Hawaiian football high school coach lives in Vegas. Like, apparently they call Vegas the fifth island, or I'm probably the sixth island. I don't know how many Hawaiian islands there are, but the other island, like, because there's so many Hawaiians.
He can get you a map of Hawaii, but it'll cost you.
but apparently there's a ton of Hawaiians in Vegas. Like, he wants to be in Vegas, or that's how they're spinning it, right? Maybe he had no fucking options either. I mean, I don't think he had any options. Like,
good for him.
Good for him. He's got reasons he wants to stay there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's ever really going to get a chance to play. But he didn't. He wants to be a part of what's going on there, and he has his reasons for staying there. But I'm saying, like, if he doesn't have options, like, I don't think the Bears were going to give him the money they gave Andy Dalton. I don't think there was a scenario.
So there is a scenario too here where, like, if you look at, I'm not saying it's going to happen again. I know people are probably tired of hearing about it, but if you look at Alex Smith before he got to the Chiefs, Dalton's had more success in this league at the same 8 years. Smith had 8 years in San Fran, something like that. Andy Dalton's at that same point in his career, but he's actually been better than Smith up to this point. So I think the mindset is Nagy's like, all right, this guy, I don't have to bring him as far as I did Smith.
You could argue that.
I mean, I'd be okay with it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it will, man. But
you can argue that Dalton already had better offensive players.
Yeah,
I mean,
AJ Green and
that
offense was nasty at times.
Like, they had some players, like, I don't know if the Bears really have
Tyler Eifert with a whole leg.
Mm-hmm.
But Niners had some guys for Smith. I mean, they didn't have a bad team there. Smith left, and they ended up playing better.
That's true. I just don't know if Dalton has already reached his ceiling, whereas I don't think Alex Smith had. But I mean, I think the comp is legit. I mean, I've heard other people make that comp, but you've been making it for a minute, so I give it to you. I mean,
I don't need it, bro. I'm just
no. I'm not saying you're trying to claim the first take on that. I'm just saying, like, I could see that. I can, I know that's why he's here. Like his floor is pretty high. I don't know what his ceiling
Pretty
is.
low.
I mean, well, Jerry, you're talking about Mitch being one of our top quarter, or whoever was talking about the records
I was.
earlier. Okay, so like that's Mitch. Dalton's much more polished. Like it's not the
Yeah.
pick that I
He's-
wanted. I wanted Wilson, but
Dalton
Deshaun.
Dalton is a guy that you can win with. He's not the guy you win because of.
Right.
But occasionally, I think he could be. I mean, he when he was on, he was talking to Joniak and Thayer and whatnot. He was saying like, that on the teams, they asked him like, what was it that made you good on those teams that you were good? And he was like, well, we could do different things. He's like, there were times where we had to just make enough plays because we couldn't get it going, and there were times where we had to score 40, and we did that.
He'd just say, AJ Green got me paid, son.
Well, whatever. But I think Allen Robinson will put up better numbers with Dalton than he did with Mitch.
He's the best quarterback that's the best quarterback A-Rob's ever played with.
I think absolutely. I think A-Rob will get found. It's absolutely the truth. It's not even a big statement.
I know it. It's just like, God, that's so sad.
And
so
he does use tight ends.
Trubisky's and Gravy says, what about Dalton's limited production with Amari, CD? Okay, but did he have limited production? I mean, look who
line was not that great, man. Dalton was getting punished.
He threw a lot of he connected on a lot of Lamb's passes. A lot of the passes that CeeDee Lamb caught are from Dalton. Like come on, it's complimentary football too. The Dallas defense was terrible.
Watch Dallas.
I don't know how much worse our line was at the end of the season compared to Dallas's, man. They weren't playing great.
I'm saying he wasn't that bad. He didn't have an off season. And I'm not trying to talk myself into Dalton. I'm just saying, to say, why didn't he tear it up with the Cowboys on a whole new team in a COVID year, this, that, and the other. There was a huge drop off when Dak went out, but that was Dak's offense. Dak was like MVP candidate. Our skill position is worse. Line is, I guess so.
I don't think our line is worse. I think that's a false statement.
I think Nagy is
better.
I think Nagy. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure if I believe this now that's coming out of my mouth, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay. I think Nagy is a better coach than McCarthy. Do I think that? A little bit.
I think you need to give him another year without Rodgers to prove that.
That's what I'm saying. Is McCarthy has yet to do anything without one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Nagy got a crazy amount out of Mitch, and idiots will say that it's the opposite.
Out of defense.
I mean, listen, Fangio was a huge reason why 2018 happened. But
do you guys know anything about Rashad Bateman? Is who was mocked to us from Minnesota. I guess he's a pretty polished wide receiver.
Wide receiver, Minnesota. Had a good year.
I don't know.
Not much talent around him.
I'm just saying, we're talking about skill position. You're adding him, I don't know what that.
I just feel if you are focused on wide receiver and you are staying at 20, I think you're going to have some better options than him. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm an expert on that guy, but Minnesota, really?
I heard he's a pretty polished route runner. He's ready to come in and start.
Yeah, well, we heard that about Riley Ridley too. We hear a lot of.
You heard that about a certain receiver that's already in our stable, number 17. Best route runner in the draft.
I'd be going in blind talking about this guy. I'd have to look into him more.
That's what's great. Did we really hear that about Miller, that he was a great route runner, or that he got a lot of separation?
We heard about his footwork.
Best route runner in the draft.
I don't know about his route. What I heard about him was that his get off was
his man, and he had good footwork.
Right, his get off and his footwork was good. He got a lot of separation, and
he can still do that.
He's a playmaker.
Fit into the furry science of wide receiver.
Well, that's why I hope to God that I just hope to God that that we see more, that Laser gets to run the show a little bit more. But some of the hybrid Laser Nagy shit was not very impressive either.
They also having said that, they had to be at a certain spot for Mitch. You bring a guy like Dalton in, and it's like, all right,
Well, it's
Miller, just get open.
Right.
Well, I mean?
Exactly.
Now we made the same argument when Foles was in. It's like, oh, Miller's going to take off because
Foles' arm, dude. Come on, man.
But Foles also played against tough defenses with the line in shambles.
True.
Foles' athleticism is trash. He's not that good.
Yeah,
but they put him in a fucking terrible situation on top of all that.
Okay, but if that was the case, then they saw enough to move on.
Right. And Nagy tried to open up the fucking playbook for his ass, which I knew was going to be disaster. I said that. I was like, if Nagy fucking thinks that Foles is all of a sudden going to run all his shit, we're in trouble. Because it's not, the rest of the guys can't run it. The offensive line can't run it. Montgomery can't run that offense. The fucking skill position players, other than Robinson, can't run that offense. Jimmy fucking Graham sure as shit can't run that offense. Like, Cole Kmet couldn't even get on the field in that offense. Like,
Laser's a better balanced play caller than Nagy.
Right. I hope, but I'm just saying, like, I saw some shit with the two of them working together that worried me. You know what I mean? And people started to say, oh, Nagy's back. Nagy's fucking calling plays again because weird shit was happening, right? Like, I don't know. I have no idea what we're going to see. Like, I really don't. Like,
so many unanswered questions about this team. So many holes that were created because of circumstances.
That's what's insane is that that's what's most damning for Ryan Pace. And again, I don't think his giant job's on the line as much as people say, but the most damning thing is that there are so many needs and they have spent so much money.
Yeah. What
did you spend the money on?
Fixing draft mistakes.
Right. It's like you went out to the grocery store and came back with a $100 potato and no meat.
I think they fall in love with talent, but they don't take in the fact that these players have to be smart too.
And toughness.
Kevin White was an athletic freak.
So was Floyd.
And then what happens? He gets hurt. Shit happens, right? Floyd, same way. Athletic. They fall in love with the athletic traits, but somehow the mental traits don't get.
Well, to hit in the first round is difficult, but like he should be hitting a little more than he does.
Shouldn't be though.
It is. Bro, the first round of the draft still is.
Like, Pace falls in love with traits and measurables.
What's the hit? What's the hit average? 30%, maybe. That might be overshooting it.
I'm just saying, like Pace does not, like, he's not impressed by toughness or fucking, like any of that. Like Shaheen, he fell in love with the measurables. Floyd, you fall in love with the idea, with the pass rush, like that he could be a Javon Curse. Type of a freak. He fell in love with Kevin White, was a freak. Like Ryan Pace would never draft Allen Robinson.
Floyd, I'm more understanding. Kevin White was like a JUCO transfer that had one big season of just beating people that were covering him.
Right.
There's a little more of a risk there, I think.
Anthony Miller, I didn't necessarily have a problem with, but again, you traded up for him. You traded up for Leonard Floyd. You traded up, like, when he falls in love with a dude, he falls in love with their traits and their measurables, and he can't see anything else. And
he gets tunnel vision.
You just can't do that. Like, you can't start over, and that's the problem. Is like you said, they have now spent to fucking make up for the mistakes, and so they've doubled down every mistake. They've doubled down on it and spent more to fix it. Like,
and that's why I don't understand the Trait argument when it came to the quarterback, because Trait Like, how do you like? I don't
He's
care what
athletic.
what Mel Kiper is saying. A 13 start quarterback who, when we looked at it and we talked about it, we're like, he's throwing behind his guys.
Sometimes
Like we looked at the college stuff, and it was
Yeah.
just like, how do you
all
not
the shit that all the negative people said on Mitch completely bore out in the game.
how do you not take
every-
Watson over
every-
Trubisky though? I was floored when that happened, man.
Again, it's been said a million times.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
know.
Well,
I'm just.
I know.
Yeah,
I'll say it again. It's so stupid. It's the stupidest fucking thing
What
ever.
were the comps that were made, though? Who was the player that people comped him to the most, the quarterback?
Who?
Mitch.
Steve Young. They drew comps to Steve Young.
Stop comping.
No, I'm just saying.
I know, but again, like what Mitch does not possess is the toughness. Steve Young was a tough fucking player.
He's a killer.
He was just a tough player. But also I don't know if he's a killer, but he was tough and scrappy. But then he also got dropped into a fucking like stacked team.
He had some rough years in Tampa.
He was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I know, but by the time he got to the 49ers, he was dropped onto a stacked team, and he got to sit
behind who?
Behind Joe fucking Montana. Like back on the day when you could have like fucking him and Elvis Gerback and fucking Steve Young on the same roster. You know,
crazy.
Like,
I mean, and then after that was the Jeff Garcia. Like,
yeah, like what the fuck? Like the fucking every single one of those quarterbacks would be a Bears legend. Can you imagine Jeff Garcia? Jeff Garcia, bro. Like the Bears have never had a quarterback like Jeff Garcia.
And that was back in the day.
That dude's like a footnote in the 49ers history of quarterbacks.
He'd be like, yes, that was a nice seam pass. I did that.
Yeah, like
and then his girl's like a Playboy bunny.
Right. You know, he's like, who knows? Jeff Garcia's a ginger though, isn't he? Low key a ginger.
He shaved it. He didn't want to admit it.
All I'm saying is that the Bears have never sniffed a quarterback as talented as Jeff Garcia, and the 49ers barely even remember he played on their team. Like, that's how fucking rich they are in quarterbacks and how poverty we are. Like, come on. But they just kept churning out. It was like, oh, now it's time for Jeff Garcia and Terrell Owens to do their thing. Like, we're tired of watching fucking, you know.
But we have everything but winning in the quarterback, though, so.
Right, that's all we're good.
We're good.
Like, what the fuck? How the fuck did this dude say that?
How do you, to this fan base, too, like, come on, man. Everything's here but winning in the quarterback. It's like, what else is there?
What? And it's a fucking football museum, bro.
I get that. Like, if you want to say that stupid shit behind closed doors where nobody's going to hear you, fine. Say that amongst yourselves. But you're talking to us now. Like,
they just opened the curtain and they're
you're talking to the investors, essentially. Like,
yeah, and they know they got us. We already signed up.
If I get these investor invites from the stock companies that whatever, I have some stock, right? But like, if I went there and they're like, yeah, we have everything to offer, but making you money, like I'm selling that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro. Like, but they got us. They know that. They fucking got us. No matter what.
No, we get Cheddar Bob. You're right.
Oh, Craig Krenzel's the man.
Instead of Jeff Garcia, we got Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah. I saw Krenzel beat the Giants live.
Craig Krenzel still gets Christmas cards from Virginia, apparently. I mean, I don't know. I just, like, it's poverty. It's like, it's almost as poverty as fucking pretending you have a network. You know? Like, it's the level.
I was going to ask if you wanted to throw any shade.
Oh, I've already thrown enough. Are you kidding me? After that rant?
He broke the damn shade glasses.
That was hilarious. Well done.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a dope beat to drop in the background, like some Enya or some shit.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Michael Rappaport for fucking getting into beef with like everybody at once, by the way. Kevin Durant and Dave Portnoy and like what the fuck is happening?
They dropped that lawsuit like a hot potato.
That was the craziest shit ever. I told his ass to not get involved with Barstool. I said, but he made a lot of money, so I don't, But I told him, I said, fucking, you don't sign up with them dudes. That's not your people. That's not your fan base. That won't go well for you. It will not end well for you. And he even told me, he's like, you were right. And I'm like, yep. But he made a lot of fucking money. They paid him a lot of fucking money for that shit. So whatever. Maybe he spent it all on those lawyers. He probably just spent it all on those fucking lawyers, although they weren't very good.
We need to get him on for Giants week. Aren't we playing the Giants again? I think we are, aren't we?
Probably. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you Northeastern bastards always get the nice road games.
I think it's a home game.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
I'd be going if it was in New York. I might go. I don't know. I might go to Pittsburgh because that's kind of fairly close.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, they're pretty hyped about their new offensive lineman that they got, Rashad Coward.
Jay, you're way away. Yeah, that's
West.
a long haul for Jay. I was gonna say Pittsburgh might be kind of cool. Yeah.
Rashad Coward. Good luck.
Oof.
Good luck with that.
I don't know what it is, but Pittsburgh loves to dive in our trash, right?
Well,
we kind of get. Both of us are diving each other's trash, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
We got Artie Burns.
God,
we got Artie Burns, and we got that big ass McCullers goon.
I'll tell you what, though, they just draft and they get rid of their top guys, and they're like, "Fuck it." I mean, they got rid of half their offense one year, and Bell and Brown. Like, they don't give a fuck. You want to act up? We're replacing.
Le'Veon Bell is fucking washed.
I'm just saying, like, when they moved on from
True. Marcus Wheaton trash too, and Tracy Porter. We love some Steeler trash.
Tracy Porter's from New Orleans.
Tracy Porter, the DB.
Yes.
I thought he was on Pittsburgh.
He might have been originally.
Oh,
no,
really? You're probably right.
He's an IU guy. I know this one.
Right.
But you look at some of the receivers that are left there, and they're why like Plaxico and all those guys are just like.
People thought Marcus Wheaton was like a move. Like they were like, "Oh shit, we jocked that."
Remember we got Antonio Holmes like 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, they signed Victor Cruz.
That was bullshit, though, bro. I was pissed when they cut him because he was actually doing okay in the preseason.
They signed Victor Cruz.
No, Victor was a baller back in the day. We get him way too late.
Samba shit.
Yep.
You're laughing, but his ass was better than Kevin White.
Everybody's better than Kevin White, bro. Like everybody. People don't even realize that fucking. People don't even know who the good Bears wide receivers were. Like, they don't even fucking know.
We nut when we get Damian Williams. Like, that's what we do.
Bro, like, I mean.
Oh, my God, he had one good game.
And then that fucking 2016 wide receiver core, there was actually articles written about is Jay Bellamy or is fucking gonna be the man.
Jay?
Or whatever the fuck. Josh Bellamy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Josh fucking Bellamy. Like,
he took loans on that shit.
DJ Dub.
He just got caught. Everybody fucking took advantage of that shit. He just got caught.
Bellamy was the hype man, though. He played a role.
No, I mean, he was fucking Club Dub A1, but I'm just saying, like, there was articles written, like, did the Bears find something in him?
Bezo was really about that bread. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, but just what a trash fucking wide receiver core. Even for the Bears, Trey McBride and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was rough.
Remember when we were hyped about Devin Aromashodu?
Yeah.
Preseason legend. We were just like
Roy Williams, bro. Ugh.
God. Boy, welcome to the poverty train, boys and girls.
Like, keep saying the Bears are cheap. The Bears are cheap. No, they're stupid.
Sam Hurd.
Spend stupid money. Hurd. Well, they didn't spend money on Sam Hurd, even though Sam Hurd was pushing weight. I mean,
him from Dallas. I think that was a signing from Dallas.
Whatever it was, they didn't spend a lot of money on it. Roy Williams was like a big deal. Like Roy Williams was supposed to be something. Like
Yeah,
Jay and Roy
same way,
Williams.
like I do this for a front for my real business.
Right. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go up and tap into that fucking Chicago market," and the Chicago market was like, "No, you're not."
That good tax free
Yeah,
LLC.
Chicago market was like, "You don't come up here with all that weight without paying the right people," and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna bring it up anyway," and they're like, "No, you're not." Like. He didn't fucking like. That's the thing. Like he brought his Dallas business up here, but didn't fucking cut in the right people.
Justin Gage, Bobby Wade, man,
Trash.
David Terrell,
Dayton Sanzenbacher. Fuck out of it. David Terrell. God bless. Dayton Sanzenbacher, bro.
Bobby Ingram was our premier for a while. He never even broke 1,000 yards.
bro. Terrell was in the same draft as a Breeze and LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, we blew that. All right.
From Jump Street, they fucked that up.
Let's wrap this shit up. We're getting 2.5 hours in.
Y'all love it. Anyway, Joaquin Iglesias.
Yes.
Oh my
From Oklahoma.
It's so sad. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck?
For as many Hall of Famers as this team has, God, they've missed on so many.
And the thing that sucks is when we had guys like Marcus Robinson and Curtis Conway, like those were legit guys, but we just we fucked them with the quarterbacks.
Yep.
It's just, I mean, it's pure fucking Bears. It's like they finally go offense and they finally fucking get an offensive coach, and what happens? The defense gets insane and the offense is trash.
We just can't get it all at, it can't just all happen.
Can't get it all going at once. It's fucking whatever, man. So Andy Dalton, get fucking hype for Andy Dalton, guys, because that's the guy.
Gotta back him. Hopefully
the draft happens on a Thursday. We're gonna be live during the draft. I mean, I know every other fucking Bears podcast will be too, but come over here because we're gonna be keeping it real.
If they can't move up for Fields, like I want them to take a quarterback to develop at least, just to show that they're trying to.
There's been a trade.
No, nothing crazy, bro.
The Chicago Bears have moved up to number 4. And with the 4th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bears take Mac Jones.
Is Fields on the board?
Yes.
If that happens, I'm gonna break my fucking TV, and I'm not even just saying that, bro.
I'm out.
Ooh, that will not be good. That will not be good.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna
not, man. Oh my god.
I think that they're going to fucking not do that.
Don't do that to me again.
I think they would have gone all in for Russ, and I think that's the extent of it. I don't think they're gonna. Fucking Yakub called this out too. T Yakub 713 says 2022 second for number 19 to draft Kellen Mond. It's so fucking true. It just hurts. Like just the idea of that so accurate. The accuracy,
dude. After you get past that top 5, it's just like if they're there and you don't have to spring for it, sure, take a shot and develop a guy. But like
Pace trades up for Kyle Trask and Bears Twitter burns. Yeah, I mean, Bears Twitter is fucking Mrs. O'Leary's cow. I mean, like, we're just waiting to go up.
I just think it's funny. Dude, I don't even support either one of these guys. Mac, I said, how can you hate Kyle Trask and love Mac Jones? That's all I'm saying. Like, how do you hate the dude if you like Mac Jones?
Exactly. Your point is
it's because they're just fucking riding the wave of bullshit.
Mac is a better processor, yes. I get it. He's a little more ahead of the game.
Oh, my God. Fuck both of them.
It's the ball. Honestly, the only difference for me is the ball placement. That's all. I look at Mac Jones's throws, and they look more like NFL throws, and he puts the ball where the guys can make plays. Whereas it feels like Pitts is constantly having to make circus catches on fucking.
So-
he did it,
Exactly.
but
when you were shitting your brains out, I brought up a 23-year-old Sam Darnold for a 4th-round pick. After you get past that top 5, AA is all I'm saying.
But he's in his 5th year, so if he does well, you have to pay him.
He's 4th, right?
Right. This is his 4th year. If he does well, you have to pay his 5th year option.
He might not even play though. You might get him on a cheaper extension. If Andy Dalton, he might have to sit behind.
Have
Dalton
you watched Sam Darnold play?
I'm just saying. I'm talking against guys like Mills. I'm talking a 4th-round pick, bro. I'm just saying, take a shot and try to develop him. Would you rather have a guy with experience if he had to come in, or would you rather?
I'm not trading up for any of those dudes. I'm not trading up for Mond.
No. I'm not saying trading up. I'm saying if you can get Darnold for a 4th-round pick.
Yes. I would rather use that 4th-round pick on Kellen Mond, on Mills, on Newman, on fucking absolutely, because those dudes don't cost any money.
That and they're unknown.
Darnold already makes $9 million. He's on a 1st-round rookie contract.
Unload Foles, bro. It's the same thing.
He's at a $9 million. He's like a $9 million cap hit.
So is Foles.
No, he's not. He's a $4 million cap hit.
Trash and trash and trash and trash and more trash.
Like
it's all garbage.
It's
all garbage.
Dude, what are we paying Chase up near there though?
6.
Fucking trash. No matter. It's trash.
6.
That's
You're right, Jared.
I'm fine with 9.
Fucking trash.
I don't want Darn. I would rather.
I don't want him necessarily, but I would take him over.
I would rather
after
have
get past the top 5 in this draft. I would take Darnold.
I would use a 4th-round pick on Ian Book before I take Darnold.
He's a QB3.
Hey, how was
broken.
that pro day? Did you watch that pro day?
Did Ian Book have a pro day? Did anybody watch it?
Watch it, bro. It's brutal.
I know. I hate it.
Hey, even the angle they shot it from, they were like pointing towards the roof. So sometimes you couldn't even see the receivers like not getting the ball thrown to them.
What happened? Tight end you didn't deliver? I don't understand. Ian Book equals Tim Tebow. Not even. Tim Tebow was way better than Ian Book.
Yeah.
I mean, Ian Book, literally Ian Book showed something this season. That's it.
I don't understand how they can't get a good quarterback there. That makes no sense to me.
But with that, Jesus. I don't know. Rick Meyer.
Maybe you had since Joe Montana.
I mean,
Ron Paulus. Remember when Ron Paulus was going to win 2 Heismans?
The other thing too is like you're the quarterback. You're the big dog on campus, and I would much rather be a quarterback at the Florida campus and the USC campus than Indiana.
Right. I thought it was your high academic standards that prevent you from getting.
Oh yes.
Florida.
People had Deshaun Kaiser as the number 1 quarterback in the 2017 draft.
You don't know what them Catholic girls do tricks now, boy.
Bro, if I went to Florida, that would have ruined my life.
Oh yeah.
And here we are.
There was a time.
I would have had Cromartie type child support.
Was it they were showing that Florida roster that had like Cam Newton and Aaron Hernandez on it? And
oh yeah, it's a murderer's row.
I don't know, group Cam Newton in that statement, but yes, like. I mean, can you imagine actually playing for the University of Miami and coming out and being a contributing member to society? Like, what a miracle that is! Like, to get through that,
dude,
and come out the other side,
Florida too, bro. Florida's campus. You're the quarterback of the Gators.
Just to survive that much cocaine.
I'm not even talking about the coke, bro.
I'm just saying the University of Miami, you should, there should be another award, aside from the Heisman. Like, you made it through the fucking cocaine gauntlet.
It's just a big white powdered.
Yeah, like it's just a
Your heart
kilo,
didn't explode.
like a kilo on a chain. Like, bro, you made it through the fucking cocaine gauntlet, and you survived, and you made it all the way to the league, and you didn't like fucking go crazy or do some wild shit.
Call it the Sam Hurt Award.
Right.
Dude, South Beach is wild too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like. It's like some real life fucking, any given Sunday shit down there all the time.
Everybody listening, like, I highly recommend, especially if you're single, go to South Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I have to say about that.
Get yourself like.
I wasn't ready.
Here's what you do. You start a network.
Yes.
If you're gonna start a fucking network, go on Instagram and trump yourself up. Go buy an account with a bunch of followers. Trump your shit up. Make it like you're a fucking talent network or a talent whatever, and just Piper the Instagram hose like you wouldn't believe. Like you could just
take them to an island and tell them there's a concert on said island.
Right, exactly. You fucking go on some Firefest shit. Like, I mean, there's people just waiting to get bamboozled down there.
I got so surprised in Miami, I didn't realize it was topless. And this fine ass chick was coming out of the water. And I was on my honeymoon, bro.
That's not fair.
We stayed in Miami the night before we went on a Western Caribbean cruise. We figured we'd do one night on South Beach. I'm like, good thing I have my sunglasses. I'm like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting that to be released into the nature.
Brian, why are you face down in the sand, Brian? Are you okay?
No, remember Garth and Wayne's World in the donut shop? He's like, hey, Gene.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
I'm
not
like,
fair, bro.
What's up with that? I just didn't expect it. I had to take a double take.
Right.
Brian taking pounding sand to a whole different
level. What I'm saying is you need to be prepared for that shit. Like, dude, if you're
wear sandals on that sand.
Ever go in, like
hot.
All right, that's it. Otherwise, you should know that you're walking into a trap. Is all. Some fucking Akbar shit. It's a trap. Like you should fucking know that you're like somebody should have warned you.
I just didn't know it was a topless beach. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, you should have went on fucking TripAdvisor, bro. That's all I'm saying. TripAdvisor, if you want to be a sponsor of our network, it didn't work out with DoorDash, but check it out, TripAdvisor. Check it out. As the president of the network, I can assure you that your clicks will go through the roof, TripAdvisor. I mean, I'm just saying that's an opportunity.
You got to start going to North Myrtle, man. It's a lot better.
Myrtle Sand, got to watch out for the syringes.
I didn't see any of that in North Myrtle. Sunset Beach, none of that.
What's going on in Myrtle, man?
That might be like down further. It's not. North Myrtle's not like that.
I went down to the Gulf side and there was red tide, and that was the fucking craziest shit ever.
Oh,
it was like dead fucking fish everywhere, and like
we had that up in
spiny ass creatures. You couldn't go in the water.
Yeah,
like it was fucking garbage. It was the worst.
I like the Gulf Coast when it's cleared. When it's cleared up,
yes, the water's warm. It's great, but like obviously we didn't know it was gonna be red tide. That sucked.
Like he said about North Myrtle, it is slow, but like when you're bringing your family, you kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like the kids and shit. So I was fine with that.
Yeah, you go and you're like, oh look, dolphins. It's chill. It's chill. It's like the beaches with the grass. Like you have to go through the park to get to the beach. Like it's not fucking, it's not fucking Daytona. Like, and that's fine. That's cool. But you still, it's still down there redneck as fuck, fucking fireworks and shit. Right, exactly. It's like if the Indiana Dunes was like fucking on the ocean.
That's like, down further though, man. Like North Myrtle, you're chilling. It's just all resorts on the beach.
Right. It's kind of like Hilton Head vibe. Almost.
Yeah, Sunset's more like that, but yeah. Yep.
Anyway, this has been Beach Chat. TripAdvisor, see what the content you're fucking getting. You're slipping if you're not with us.
7 Mile Beach in the Caymans. That's where you need to be.
Check.
God,
Anyway, that's it. That's just another episode of Duh Tailgate Show.
the Bars.
The Lamar Jackson game. Congratulations.
Duh Network.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah,
luck.
thanks for jumping in the chat, everybody. It's time for shout outs.